Welcome to Meadowbrook Memories Podcast. I am Jelly, otherwise known as Glacier Prince, and my co-host is Hitchcock, otherwise known as Alfred Henry. Our mission on this podcast series is to explore the stories behind the magic that was created at Meadowbrook. When over a span of 4 years, between 1982 and 1986, we saw the transformation of a small coeducational school with less than 1,200 students, 800 boys, 800 girls and 400 boys into a successful sports and scholastic champion, winning 7 major trophies, 3 Sunlight Cup, 2 Topping Cup, 1 Walker Cup, and 1 Nutriment Shield. And to crown these achievements, Meadowbrook also produced 2 Rhodes Scholars, Cavell Creighton in 1987 and Andrea Wright in 1989, both graduates of Meadowbrook in 1983. In this podcast series, we'll be speaking to persons, both males and female, who are actively involved in this incredible journey, along with friends and staff at Meadowbrook, which inspired the environment which created this golden era. We hope you enjoy our discussion. Please give us as much support and encouragement as you can on whatever social media platform you are listening. Welcome and thanks for joining us. Alright, ready? So, remember to like, share, and subscribe these Meadowbrook Memories podcasts so neither you nor your friends will miss another Meadowbrook conversation. Thanks. Go. Today is Saturday, April 29, 2023. Welcome back to another conversation about Meadowbrook Memories. Me as usual, Jelly, our Glacier, our Lance, our Prince, and by now you know so any one of those names will do. Join me, my co-host today, and he'll be a little bit late, is Douglas Crooks, and Douglas was on episode number 8, and he should go back and listen to Douglas episode, and listen to Douglas Meadowbrook Memories on episode 8. When Dougie come in, we give him a nice introduction. Our next co-hosts, who have also been on these conversations a number of times, and forgive me, Patrick, it is an oversight that you don't have your own conversation yet. So after this conversation tonight, I must set a day today for you come tell your own Meadowbrook memories. However,
Okay, no problem.
Patrick is here tonight, and we're going to talk about him older brother, my good friend, and all of us good friend on the conversation, Robert Duet, who is no longer here with us, because I am certain if Duet was around, he would have really add tremendous value to these Meadowbrook Memories conversation, because all of us on the conversation here tonight knows of Robert, or Do as we used to call him, passionate encyclopedic memory when it comes to all things Meadowbrook. So welcome back, Patrick, and thanks for joining us for this conversation.
Sure, yeah, man. Glad
All
to
right.
be here, Jelly. Always.
We have 2 guests tonight. It should have been 3, but 2 of our guests tonight started. Me and the 2 guests tonight started Meadowbrook the same year, 1974, as my other co-hosts who will be late, as Douglas and I. And we were members of that historic Colts cricket team that went to the finals in 1977. Where, because of dengue fever, and I didn't know that until we started talking about this conversation, we were uncompetitive in the finals because more than half of the regular team was unavailable. The first of the 3 guests tonight is one of the most gifted all-round students who ever attended Meadowbrook. And if he did not migrate in 1977, he would have contributed academically on the sports field, because this guest had the ability and humility to achieve greatness on the sports field in any sports he competed. And his contribution up to 1977 is well documented in track and field, football, and cricket. Because this man was Class 3 champion boy in a first farm win. You remember that. Our next guest also left Meadowbrook in 1977, and his competitive spirit on the cricket and the football field. And if he had stayed at Meadowbrook, when nature facilitated him blossom into a more competitive size to match his competitive spirit, he would have shown his contribution to Meadowbrook on the sports field would have been well documented. Like how it is well documented at the college he played competitive football for in the US. But anyway, these gentlemen are here to tell their own story tonight. So without further ado, Meadowbrook, welcome my 2 friends. Welcome my 2 friends, Christopher Fisher and Wayne Froggy Fuller, to the conversation. Introduce yourself first, Chris, and then you, Wayne, go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right, so hopefully everybody remember my time in Meadowbrook. I tell you what, those formative years there in Meadowbrook really stepped me up for the person that I am today. So I appreciate you and the kind words you had to say there about me there, Glista. And I'm looking forward to the time here, just reconnect with the past. And I tell you what, like I told you guys way back when, this was something that was seriously missing in my life, and I'm happy, really happy to get the opportunity to reconnect and live this time again with you guys. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. And Wayne or Froggy, whichever name you prefer me call you tonight, you let me know. Introduce yourself, because you have been on this conversation, because you were part of the panel that you and Dougie interviewed me for my conversation. So go ahead. Whichever one you want me call you, let me know.
You can call me anything you want to call me. Anything. I'll answer to anything, But I am glad to be here with my true friend, Christopher, and also looking forward to this conversation, really to see where it goes, the memories that, that we are going to, rekindle. I can't wait to get into that. All right.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you. Thank you. And Patrick, reintroduce back yourself, my brother. Thanks for coming back, for joining the conversation.
Yes, Jelly. No problem. I started in '76, and like you said in the opening, I'm the younger brother of Robert. Do he was called, and some people used to call me Little Do because they recognize I'm the younger brother. So I was a couple years behind, but I used to look up to you guys at school. Have a lot of fun memories. So I know we'll get more into it later on, but yeah, happy to be here again.
Come on, thank you. And Christopher, I'm going to ask you most of the first question, because you are the elder statesman here amongst us. Because
All right.
you tell us before we start, you celebrate number 61 sometime this one. But so the first question I ask anybody who come on this program and this conversation, did you choose Meadowbrook or Meadowbrook chose you?
The way Meadowbrook happened for me was I lived in Meadowbrook, right? I lived down in by Sunbridge Terrace, just down the road. So that was my neighborhood school. And going to Southfield All Age after he took the exam, that was kind of the school that I wanted to go to because it was just close to home.
Mm.
And as it turns out, I think it was probably the best place for me. Because our school, as you guys know, it wasn't a big school. It wasn't, a named school like some of the other schools. But, we kind of came together at the right time, and everything came together. And I think it brought the best out of me and the friends I made there. Look at this. I'm 61 now. I'm still talking to some of these same brother right now. So, I think it was a natural choice for me. It was Meadowbrook.
So you choose Meadowbrook then, like myself, yeah. Good, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. And Tunbridge is Meadowbrook Muse, Fisher, Chris.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what? I may go to Wayne first, or Froggy, before I come back to you. So Wayne, did you choose Meadowbrook or Meadowbrook chose you?
Well, I would want to say that my aunt chose Meadowbrook for me. I didn't really want to go to Meadowbrook, and I lived right around the corner from Meadowbrook. But when I was growing up, we used to live in Rollington town, and my brother took common entrance, and he went to KC. So my brother and I lived in the same room, and the purple and white tie, and he talked about KC this, KC that for 3 years. So I was here in KC. When we moved to Havendale, I went to a couple of schools, but the last one I went to was St. Richard's. And at St. Richard's, all of my friends, Michael Deitch, Wayne Hunt, and a couple more, Paul Shaw, quite a few of them. All of them took common entrance, and they passed for KC, and they were a year ahead of me. So I had all of this KC input. So the natural progression is that I wanted to go to KC,
Mm-hmm.
And my aunt said to me, asked me if I was crazy, for her to give me bus fare to go North Street when I can walk to school in 5 minutes. So that's how I ended up at Meadowbrook, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me, because if I had ended up at North Street, it would have been chaos.
A different life completely. And which primary school that you used to go in?
Well, I went to St. Richard's, but before that I went to Dunrobin. And, a small fact, Harold Cameron used to go to Dunrobin with me. And I left Dunrobin, I went to St. Richard. But even before Dunrobin, I went to Rollington Town.
I'm just going to ask you that if you live at Rollington Town, I'll come to school at Dunrobin. That should be a stretch, yeah.
And before that, Christchurch Prep.
Where's that? I don't remember that school name.
Christchurch. Well, it's around the corner. You could say around the corner from the stadium. What's Stadium Road name again?
Solar Field.
No, Stadium. Where Stadium is.
After Wind Drive. Maybe after yeah. Mountain View Avenue attack.
Mountain View Avenue.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Mountain View Avenue. Yeah.
Around the corner from Excelsior.
Yeah. Okay. Near Rollington Town, same where you used to live. Yeah. So, which school you used to go, Chris, before you started your pick for Meadowbrook?
Solarfield, I went to Solarfield, like I said, Diego and a few other people. So that was my schooling before there. Funny, you're thinking about school. I did Meadowbrook. Did I pick Meadowbrook or Meadowbrook chose me? I remember now my brother, he's a year younger than me. He went to Calabar. And I thought, there's no way I'd go to that school. It just didn't suit me, and like Froggy said, same thing with KC. I don't know if we could have thrived the way we did at another school if we weren't at Meadowbrook. I think Meadowbrook was the right place for me. I think for a few of us also going forward.
Definitely. But we can't talk for that to Chris, because me know say the way me end up I play cricket and football. Well, cricket mostly at Meadowbrook. I wouldn't play if I go KC or Calabar, I wouldn't play no competitive sports. No room.
Probably true.
No room wouldn't be there for me. I wasn't that talented. I was not that talented at all initially. I mean, I could have chat and cuss a wally, but a numbers game. but me put the trainer on the spot a bit, because I want to ask a question about my friend Robert, and I'm not here. Patrick Cola brother. If we not forget, so you think Robert chose Meadowbrook or Meadowbrook chose Robert? Patrick, where your guess? Are you know the answer?
I'm going to tell us. I'm going to get a little background story. I don't think we knew of Meadowbrook, back in the time when he was doing common entrance. Everybody was talking about KC, Calabar, and those schools. And I think, if I remember right, I think my mother wanted us to go to KC. So when Robert took the common entrance, of course, he took it before me. I think KC was on the list of choices, right? I don't remember where else, but when he passed for Meadowbrook. I honestly don't know. I don't think it was selected on the paper at all. I just don't recall that.
You answer that when I forget some more. Meadowbrook chose him too.
Chris. I want to ask Chris a question and Glester. Remember the Saturday when common entrance come out? Did you go and get the paper?
Yes.
And search the whole paper down for your name?
Yes. I remember that.
I can remember the Saturday morning. I get up early, and my aunt look at me and say, "Why I get up so early?" But you know why I get up early? And she said me to Red Hills Road for go pick up the paper, and I spread out the paper on the front patio, man. I look for my name. I look for my name.
A long search.
Yeah, man, because it's a big paper.
I look at the school where you pick.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That was an unforgettable day.
Yeah. So Chris, you had to go through that. It was an easy search for you. You just go straight to Meadowbrook and look for your name.
I did go straight to Meadowbrook and follow my name, but I still remember that anticipation though that Froggy talked about when you get the paper and you look and you look at all the different names, all the different schools. I was fortunate, like I said, Meadowbrook was where I wanted to go, so I found my name pretty quick. But yeah, man, I can understand that kind of
anxiety for you. You may come back to you with that. I never have a long search either, Chris. I just go straight to Meadowbrook. I had to pick Meadowbrook. I'm a sister, my brother, they go Meadowbrook. So
Oh, that's right.
I didn't go so straight. I didn't want to go Meadowbrook. I just want to go Meadowbrook. So yeah. So all right. So you had known the campus before then, Chris. Before you even come Meadowbrook, you know it was. You passed it every morning.
Yes, I used to pass it, I used to pass it all the time, driving every now and again. We drive up that way. So yeah, I was kind of familiar with Meadowbrook.
And you didn't know about Bottomfield and all the way there before?
A little bit, because just from walking around the neighborhood and going places, and we'd go running and we run boat up in the mountain there a couple of times, right above Bottomfield.
Okay.
So yeah, I was definitely familiar with the
in the hills. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So when you come out the campus the first time, you remember the first? Maybe not gonna remember the first year, but the first term. What you remember the most about the first term coming Meadowbrook? What was stand out to you?
The first term, I think one of the things I remember is lunch, and having the with the brother that would sell the patty or the bun and cheese and
Pekka?
Out front.
Pekka.
Yes. Yes. I just remember that saying, man, I died in heaven. This is good. I remember the food.
Oh, Pekka, I get lunch from Pekka. Okay.
Yeah, man, lunch from Pekka.
Okay. So what the teachers them will remember in the first term, Chris? So you remember them? If you can remember some of my teachers them.
I can't remember too much of the teachers them,
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I remember is a couple of them with the ruler will hit you on the knuckle when you talk, or throw the eraser at you, but I can't remember their names at all.
Mm-hmm. I think Mrs. Miller.
Who do you guys remember?
Millwood and Morris.
Mrs. Miller was our farm teacher.
Was Miss Morris one of the?
Miss Morris taught us English, and you remember,
what about Fitchett?
I was just going to call for you remember Chris? Mrs. Fitchett, the music and speech teacher.
Oh yes.
Who taught us Spanish?
Miss Mason or Mrs. Nelson. I don't remember which year it was.
I think Mason sound familiar. And was it Peter King that taught us
Bible knowledge? Yeah, man. Yeah.
Who taught us art again?
A teacher by the name, she married name Mrs. Lysett, Miss Earborn.
Lysett, I remember her.
Yeah.
Froggy, when you come over and you go to school here, right? What did you think about the what's the word I'm looking for? How difficult were the classes for you here?
No, the class was easy.
Easy, right? Easy.
Bro, this is what I can remember with the class when I came here. We had algebra, right?
Yes,
they put in classes, and algebra, they used to split up the lunch periods between like 3 sessions of lunch, right? And our session was the second session. They would give us a test in the first session, right? That should last us the first and the last session. And I would finish the test, get my grade before the class finished. They send me to early lunch and tell me not to come back.
Are you done?
That's so easy.
What?
Yeah.
I tell you, man, that for me just let me know how good of an education we were getting there at Meadowbrook and down there in Jamaica. Because when I got here, they said, okay, which math did you finish? I said, I don't know, we just took maths, right? we didn't have, it wasn't algebra, it was just maths, right? We just took maths and you just build on it. So when I got here in 10th grade, they put me in algebra, just like you there, Froggy. They put me in algebra. I said, Lord, we'll start you in algebra. And I took this class. I get, after about a month, I was like, this is too easy. So they say, all right, back then in New York, they had the Regency exam. So I say, all right, I'll take it for this semester. Then I'll just take the Regency exam at the end of this semester, the first one. So I took the Regency, got like 99%. So you're done with that class, right? So they moved me up to the next one. I think it was geometry. So I took that for like half a year. Took the Regency exam again, get 90-something% again. So I was like, class for me was so easy here. I really missed the time, even though, we probably didn't like all that stuff that they put us through down there in JA. But my gosh, man, the school in there at Meadowbrook was nice.
I not talk about that.
Yo, Lance, let me interject here. it was easy, but it wasn't that easy like how it was as easy for Christopher. I remember,
No.
Chris was bright sparks,
Yeah, Chris are coming in the top 10. Yes.
Exactly.
Well,
Chris,
I would be
we are
competing with Janet all the time.
and we are saying,
man.
oh, I do that
Janet-
because Chris a athlete, Chris a footballer, Chris a cricketer, and I come in at top 10. I say, oh, I do that.
And my pressure, Scotty.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
But hold on.
That was me and Scotty.
I do not talk about that with the comparison with the two school system. Them, I don't remember Mr. Grant, Robin Grant.
Yeah, it was our minister, right?
Yeah, man.
Wallet guy, tall, big.
And
guy.
him teach Bible knowledge, I think, was in a second and third farm. After Miss Peter came in the first farm. Yeah. At all. I don't know if you remember.
Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wear glasses. You remember him, Chris? Mr. Grant?
Yes, I do remember Mr. Grant now.
But no,
Yes.
I don't know if you remember this. Mr. Grant told us one day, say, when you go to America, I never have no respect for the American education system at all. Because him tell us this in a second or third farm. Him say, when you go to America, you can buy a degree. Mr. Grant, Mr. Grant tell us this in a second or third farm, and I never forget that. Like, so
Wow.
just like when I said, the standard education compared to what we get in Jamaica at the time. I don't know what it is like now, Wayne. It was night.
Exactly. I don't know. No, but
it is night and day.
it was good. Yes, night and day.
Night and day, man. Because
one of the differences to Lance is, and I don't know if Chris went through this in New York. But one of the differences is when you're in Jamaica and I think they call it the farm order, right?
Yeah. That we used to call it. Yes.
Or your rank.
Yeah.
So you never want to rank too low. When you rank too low, you start to feel away.
I'm more than that. I'm more than that, Froggy. Them used to post your name outside on the block. And if you come, say, look, I see who come last and who come first. It was a public thing.
But when you came to the States, right? If you did well, you used to be ridiculed and called a nerd.
Yeah. Say, as you talk about that was the unfortunate thing when my son come here. Kyle, the older one, and I think it affected him up to this day, It's like him have to downgrade when him know at school. Because he was so much younger when him come in. And just like when him just know all of the thing them, and him start call him name. And what you think him do? Him just not bother no more. Him just downgrade.
Right.
It affect him. Not tell it was, that's one of the biggest regret me have coming here with him so early, man. Because it's like him never allow for blossom. Because just like you say, because him come here so much younger than him, was like 8 or 9, Him never start high school yet or none. Him never him still have elementary school. I just talk about that way, and that's exactly what happened to my older son, man. My daughter came here and she started the school in the system. So I think she adjusted much, but she never got to school at all. But my 2 older son them, trust me, man.
Yeah.
That affected them in a wholly. But yeah. So Wayne, what was school like? What was Meadowbrook like for you the first term? You never even want to come to Meadowbrook. But you want to go the competitor. I not call them name on this program again. Because
well, the beauty of coming to Meadowbrook from me, it was so close. Because remember now, the bell would ring, and then when the bell ring, you had to get into class. Correct? Is that how it worked?
Yeah.
I could hear the bell ring from my house and then leave and get to the class before what they call it got there. The farm teacher got there. So that was a benefit for me, And after a while, I had no thoughts or any wish or any dream of going anywhere else, Because as Dougie so eloquently put it on his podcast, when you go into school with all these beautiful young ladies, why am I going to go? Why am I going to run and go to all boys school? You
want to go to school every day, man. I said, wow, this is.
Yo, Chris, remember this guy in class? I think his name was Raphael McCullough that left and went to KC.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, after first farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Yeah. I wonder if we hear this conversation, Chris, because I like to know what kind of transition that it makes. Yeah. So when you come up Meadowbrook now, Chris, you say they know a couple of people from Sutherfield. Carl, What some of the people may know when it just come Meadowbrook? Apart from, call the people may know from Sutherland and some of the people may meet in the first term, you remember?
The first term, well, you, that's one. You know, I had Jurgo with me. I had you. I had Harold.
Yeah, man, Harold
Cameron.
Cameron, yeah.
Harold was a good friend. You know, I like that brother there. I like Harold. He was
Yeah,
he
man,
was
a
special.
big giant. Remember what we used to call him?
He was special.
190. Remember we give him the nickname 190. Remember the first P class to go and the P man, them thing we can't do them days that to the way. The man asks Richard Hilton did in a 1A and asks Harold Cameron what them weigh. And Richard 78 210. They weigh 190. And from that day forward, that's the name they got to know. 210 and 190.
210 and 190.
Yeah.
That guy was good.
Yeah. So well, you know,
I remember who else I remember I meet too. Carl Harris. Remember Carl?
Carl Harris, yeah. He was in our class. Yeah.
And Theocius.
Alan Theocius. Yeah.
Remember that guy, yes.
Remember that guy?
Yeah, man. Never older brother in a second farm when we was at school. Anthony, yeah.
But I remember bicycle riding.
Yeah. Theocius used to ride him bike come school, yeah.
Yeah, so him and then some of the girls, you know, Janet Strodrick. What's her name though? Oh my gosh.
Oh, Bridget Cassie, yeah, man, yeah.
Yeah, those are my peoples. My peoples right there.
Chris, get that name.
Come again, Wayne.
Oh, Chris, I'm gonna forget that name.
All right, Bridget. What you could tell?
Yeah.
Bridget and Alice and Allison.
Allison, yeah. I forget she was in her class. Yeah. She lived down the road of the mango tree was an island. Yeah.
So much across from Bridget.
Yeah, you're right. Right across the road from Bridget she used to live. Right along the same side, I think. Yes. On the way to Bottomfield, Chris, yeah.
On the way to Bottomfield. Weren't you down there too, Froggy?
Yeah, man, all the time. I'm afraid of the bad dog. She have like a bad dog.
Yeah, yes.
Who had bad dog?
Yeah, I'm gonna hide from grandma.
Oh, I listen to them. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are my memory, my people. Right there.
And you win. As you say, you come to Meadowbrook now and you never even like Meadowbrook at all. But you say you adjusted because of the beauty of the campus and the people. What's some of the names them you remember? Where you can remember?
Well, when I came from St. Richard's, and I had quite a few people that passed common entrance the year I went to Meadowbrook. Scotty, Strodwick.
Oh, Janet, you see about St. Richard's, I never even know that, yeah?
Yeah, Heather Lewis.
Yeah.
Heather Lewis, there's her name.
Yeah.
And Chinny, you know, I'm called her Chinny. And then who else was it now? Courtney
Strodwick,
yeah. Kevin Clark.
Yeah, Clark, yeah.
I know I'm missing some other people, but you know, those were some of the people that passed common entrance from St. Richard's and that came to Meadowbrook. So it was comfortable, you know, knowing all these
people. You're only for people, you know. Yeah. Where you come to school, primary school.
I also remember I went to the year before, Christopher Senior. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Mr. Senior, the ground, where I call him now, the caretaker for the school, son. Yeah, bye-bye. Yeah, Christopher Senior.
He was in the crew with Daesh, Hunty, and all them guys.
And we got St. Richard's too.
St. Richard's too. So, you know, when I came there, I knew people. Although I don't think I ever came onto the campus until I actually, passed for Meadowbrook. You know, and I don't know that I never went to Bottomfield until I went to Meadowbrook, you know, because I was, you know, when I was in Havendale, I was a homebody, not by choice, but you know, I was homebody. So,
you mean you want to lock you down? Can't live there.
No. I'm your grandmother.
And your grandmother, yeah.
Yeah, I lived with my grandmother too. Same thing.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So, so when school, but she know because she know when school done.
Yeah. So,
Hey, Froggy, I like the word you used about Meadowbrook. You know, it was comfortable.
Yeah. It
It was
was.
it was a comfortable place.
yeah,
It
man,
was.
Meadowbrook was like a second home for all of them, man. That's how I feel about
It
it, man.
was.
Yeah, it was like a second
It
home.
was.
Second home.
Yeah.
You realize how much you miss the place when you have left it.
Yes.
I did not realize it until I came to high school in the States, how good I had it at Meadowbrook.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even the little things that became the big things when I started to think about it. For instance, we had windows. You could look out the windows and you could daydream, which I did a lot of, you know, because
Yeah.
the rolling hills. And Chris, if you can remember, I was always at the window. Always
Yeah.
at a window. Yeah, you know, I did not have that opportunity when I came to the States.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had no windows, like a prison.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so you realize how much you had after you lost it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you know, it's comfortable, and we're a lot closer. You know, even Patrick, right? You say used to look up to us and hang out with us. You know, even some of the older guys in school, right? Scally and all them guys there. You know, they just treat you like you're a little brother.
Yeah, that is so true,
True
Chris.
thing. True.
You know.
But Chris, Diego and Lance used to get Stally hell.
Why?
And you know, I remember in 1970, I think it was the year that we left, right? Stally, because Stally was very diligent, you know, done at Mir. He was very diligent in his training. He was one of the guys that I looked up to because of his diligence in training. And you know, when you're doing track and field, you don't have nobody there watching it. It's on you. And I remember Stally going to champs, and Stally broke the record, right? But I think it was an 800-meter record and break.
800, yes.
Yeah, I can remember the race because I went to that champs, and Stally came in fourth. He broke the record and came in, and Diego gave him hell.
Well, I said broke the previous champ record, but him never win a medal.
I can't get a medal. It was. I remember that like it was yesterday. You know, Diego gave him, you know.
Yeah, sorry, not upon this to defend himself, you know. But
right. I tell you, Stally is probably the first real serious athlete growing up that I knew. Yeah. Right? That any of us knew probably. That guy was good.
Yes, dedication to all of the sports and true, Chris. Yeah. So I was going to ask you that, you know, who were the athletes who inspired you when you come to Meadowbrook? Because you were a very gifted athlete, Chris. Who inspired you when you started Meadowbrook?
Stally for sure was somebody I looked up to.
And he was in the same house like you. He was in Ward House.
Yes, he was in Ward with me too.
Yeah.
He was kind of like my mentor, you know. I really looked up to him. But you remember that brother, that white guy that taught the gym class?
Mr. Griffiths?
Griffiths.
Okay, and
the one that pulled Lance's ears.
that guy did a good job, though. That guy did
it was a good. But I tell you that. You remember that, though, Wayne?
Yeah, you remember you were walking bottom field because it was me. I think me, you, Diego, Chris, and Liston Akins.
Yeah,
Akins.
Yeah. And we always a kick stone go down to bottom field. You know, try bust a salad pan somebody and thing. You know. Yeah, man. But as Dougie said, when Lance crossed the bad road, man, all our mouth dropped.
Wow! I never knew. I remember that, Wayne. Trust me. Yeah, Mr. Griffith, he was a good coach, though. Because I want to tell you, I just talk about him, you know, Chris. He was the first man to show me up all a bat properly, a cricket bat. Because I used to hold the bat, Wayne, with my finger. Which finger that? No, the first finger beside the thumb.
Yeah.
Upon the top of the bat, like I hold it at the top of it, and it never, it's like a piece with a lick off a finger. And him said to me, no, for grip the bat with my full hand. He teach me that. That's the first man. teach me how to grip the bat properly. Man.
yeah.
It was a good, although it wasn't, I just say, I remember that incident no win, but man, became a good friend after that. So it wasn't.
Well, if I Griffith's boss, would I become a friend too?
Yes.
So, hold on. Yeah, go ahead.
What's the name of the principal? Spanner?
No, Mr. Top was the principal, Chris. Mr. Top. Mr. Top was the principal. Spanner was the vice principal.
With the vice.
Yeah.
Lance.
Yeah.
You see, Chris never forgot to Mr. Top office.
I thought me just ask.
No, I've never.
Chris was a model student, Wayne. Chris.
Hey man, I'm not going in there, but I'm a keen.
Yeah.
Chris,
Remember that?
Yo, Chris, one day, him lock the curtain, lock the blinds on my boss. You know what saved me?
What?
Him secretary bring him lunch.
Oh, Mrs. Smith. Yeah. So, how are you to get kin? You on Kirkland?
No, man, me alone.
You alone? Okay.
So I think I was in third farm, right? And it the new office. And back in those days, $6 million man, was going on.
The big, yeah. Steve Austin and
Yes.
And it was Liston was there. The column that separate the hallway from the classroom.
Yeah.
Well, may I shift it, right? Like $6 million man, to move a little bit, right? Who turned the corner? What's her name again? Mikey Dyke's sister.
Mrs. Williams.
Mrs. Williams turned the corner. No, Mikey Dyke is my good friend back then when we were to school. And that's his older sister that didn't live with him.
Mm-hmm.
And she see me, I should have sent me go top. And I said to myself, your brother, I'm a friend.
Yeah.
You tell her that?
Eh?
You said that to her?
No, we can say that.
You say it in your mind. Okay, you say you get a blind, yeah, because she know you, yeah. I hear you.
I said me go top, man. And Top asked me, and I have to tell Top, I was just showing the guy that it's not stable. I'm showing, it's not stable. And Top closed the blind, right? I went to close the blind now, and the sweater come down. The secretary coming with him lunch. And I think Top was hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And give me the attention or something like that, But yeah. So I escaped Top 3 times. That was one of them.
But let me ask you something, Froggy. How tall were you at Meadowbrook? Because I remember when me sit there after 40 years, I said, right, the money I made the same height. And how tall were you at Meadowbrook?
Smart, much shorter than you.
You're taller than Du?
I was probably a little bit, Patrick, I was a little bit taller than Du, right?
You're
I'm trying to remember. I don't remember, who was taller, honestly. I really don't.
I knew I was taller than Beanie.
Oh, yes.
Beanie?
Yeah.
I was taller.
Yeah. So you're a late bloomer, as they say, in the introduction.
Steroids, food, and foreign.
The foreign food. So, let me ask you one something. When the first memory, I duet, Robert, and you take that one your first win, what the first memory of a Robert? Or memories of a Robert?
Robert was always, come on a Monday morning, man. Robert always had a good story. And Robert always had the latest music, or the latest songs, always, every music that I knew growing up came through Robert, because I would come in and start singing it from the weekend or whatever. But, Robert was very close. I was very close to Robert, because it was me, Robert, and Kirk. We used to sit around the same section.
And the Kirkland Mattis.
Yeah. I would usually get trouble and all them kind of things. So, but, yeah, man, Robert, we'd always hang out after school and, but always was a cutting edge. He was always on the cutting edge of what was going on, as a young man growing up,
Mm-hmm. And Christopher, you have any memory of Robert?
I just remember Robert as being someone who, when you meet him and talk to him, he was a friend. You know what I'm saying? He was just welcoming. I just remember him being very welcoming.
Mhm.
Um, as a person. I like Robert, man. I like dude.
Mhm.
That guy was just 100% all the time.
Mhm.
Nice guy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
The
Um,
no do is, you know.
Yes.
yeah. He became a live wire later on after I leave school. It's like you couldn't. Me and him and Diego that take on all comers on and off the field, man. So,
Really. Because
yeah.
he wasn't really like that
No, yeah,
the
man.
first few years. He's kind of a little bit quieter,
No,
but just
that changed afterwards.
that changed.
Yeah.
Okay.
The most
Well,
argument
that's
when
good.
that start, man. I remember me and Robert I got to see them one day, right? And my pass, Duffcat at the office at Constant Spring Road. Right,
Yes.
right where you go up on
West,
West Kings House Road there.
West King's house. Yeah.
Yeah, right,
Uh-huh.
that's all right.
Mhm.
I mean, no, so Duffcat was Spanish Town now because that was the main office where the cemetery is. And Duffcat had a big cemetery at Jamaica, right? But there was an office now, like a sales office on Constant Spring Road. So me and Robert on the bus, I say, I think we come back to school next day and say, yeah, man, we pass Duffcat. And Robert laughed to scan and come and tell everybody, say, Jelly thinks a Duffcat, they are for three. And me, I say,
Oh,
but that's the sort of person him out, man. Him could have give good as him take, man. Him could have.
Yeah.
So Patrick, talk about Robert a little bit. He was when he was going to Meadowbrook, what was he like in terms of that? Where you remember him going to Meadowbrook as a older brother?
well, you guys said some of it. He was really a friendly guy, right? Robert could
Yes.
make friends easily because not
Yes.
only at school, but even where we lived. We lived at Kingston for a while, and on the street, we're on Games Avenue. We had friends. I mean, we always had something to do. Stocky, the little scrimmage in the street. They could make up cricket, when you put the little stones and bowl ball and thing.
Mm-hmm.
So he was that kind of a guy. And at school, I remember him, hanging around you guys and so on. Um, yeah, and of course he loved sports,
Yeah,
and I think
man.
that's what got him into cricket
Yeah.
and becoming the scorer
Yeah,
for the team.
him was the official scorer, Chris and Froggy. He was the official cricket scorer for the Sunlight team, man.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Good.
man. The year no one, he was the official scorer, man. So him keep the books. Yeah, books him, yeah. Was,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wish I was there with you guys.
yeah, man, we're going at that, man. We'll talk about that a little bit here now. But it was an integral part of that team, man. It was a car. I just talk about, let me ask you that, though, Chris, because you were gifted, as I said, at all three sports, right? Football. You
Mm-hmm.
remember the first
Mm-hmm.
competitive match you ever played for Meadowbrook, whether it under 13 or cricket or the track and field separate because that you the dominate sports here in that year and me couldn't run none at all, as everybody knows.
Yeah. No, the sports. It probably was cricket, but we played football too.
Yeah,
But
man.
I think I remember the cricket more
Yeah.
because I think there was a little bit more. Because it was me, you, it's all the guys that I grew up with, knowing in Meadowbrook once I got there. So I think I have more cricket memories than I do playing football.
Yeah. So you
I do.
used to play cricket before you came to Meadowbrook. I learned cricket at Meadowbrook.
I learned cricket probably at Meadowbrook
Okay.
with you guys. So I was a fast bowler.
Yeah.
So I didn't, I learned a little bit of batting there.
Yeah.
So
Because
yeah, I
Sally was
think
a
I,
fast
I
bowler.
learned cricket there.
Yeah. And you, Froggy, you learned cricket at Meadowbrook or just football was your sport? Because you did up on the cold team too.
I was like, they're on the squad. Yeah, I was on the squad.
Yeah.
But I think my first love was football.
Mm-hmm.
But Becky made me love cricket.
Cricket.
Because of the way, and I hear you say it all the time, it was on merit. He made practice fun. Becky made practice fun. And I don't remember if you guys remember this, right? When we started Colts practice, right? we used to practice on the grass. We practice on the grass maybe 2 weeks before the pitch was ready, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I became wicket keeper
Mm-hmm.
on grass until the pitch got them roll the pitch and then open up the box and give cracking the red cherry, you know? And now I am probably 5'1", if they're 5'2", and I hitch up under the stumps. And the first part, because I know cracking running from the other boundary.
Yeah, man.
Come up
Have a long run up.
Yeah, man. And Chris, when the first ball passed with the velocity, because I couldn't even, it passed me so quick. By the sixth ball, I was at the boundary and Becky looked for me and tell me to take off the pass.
It was Sean who keep afterwards, Sean Monroe.
Yeah.
Sean.
And Sean's first farm was probably twice my size.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you remember? Yeah, go ahead, Froggy. Sorry, never finished.
No, lads, go ahead. Lads.
Yeah, no. What me gonna ask the two one? You remember that cricket run there when we actually went to the quarter final? You remember it any at all, Chris?
Oh yeah, the course final.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember it.
You remember that season there? What you remember most about that season, that cricket run there? Because in my mind, before you answer, Chris, it was that team that laid the foundation for we became dominant in cricket in the 1980s, you know. You see what I said to you? Even though you and Froggy wasn't there, me and Diego and Dougie and Kraken went on to play Sunlight. So I'm saying, and laid the foundation and Meadowbrook became a dominant cricket force in the 1980s. Where we win. Well, it's at the start of the program. Now we'll talk about winning the Woolly Patrol for them. So, what do you remember most about that cricket run there?
We played KC at KC. You remember that?
Yeah.
I think it was KC. Yeah, purple.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And I still remember to this day, I was playing flicks. And it's funny how one thing just remained in your mind. I remember, I don't know who was bowling. I think I was maybe third slip or something. And got a nick off the bat. And it was coming straight at me, but going straight at the ground. And it still to this day bothers me that I didn't make that catch. I'm serious.
You dive and miss.
I didn't make that catch. I'm like, oh my gosh, it still bothers me. That's one thing that bothers me about that season.
Yeah, I remember.
I think we did end up winning the game.
I know I think we draw that match, because I remember that KC match at a brother named Victor Allen. They take some wicket. I remember. I just call the match. I never remember it until they called it. We did play KC that year. That match of the draw.
We played KC.
That
did draw? Yes.
Yeah.
No, man. I remember that match.
Diego was
because it was a big one, right?
Yeah. Diego was a big batsman. Diego was a top batsman for the year, man. And when we reach the finals now, it's like, and I never know this now. Did you remember that the finals that half of the team was sick with dengue, Chris? You remember that?
I don't remember the sickness part that was sick. I just remember we didn't do very well.
No, we were embarrassed. We were embarrassed. But
we're embarrassed.
It's when Mr. Beckford, I call him name properly, because him to me, him are the first man that come in my mind and give me an opportunity to play cricket for merit. The first match we played for Meadowbrook at Ducks, making 3-ball, strokeless ducks as I call that, not just regular ducks, strokeless ducks playing. I never touch the ball.
Oh. But did you look pretty?
Yes, I leave alone.
Leave alone.
Leave alone, Wayne. And the ball, listen up. I never forget the first match I played George's down my George's feeling. At Winchester Park, I forget what George's feeling besides the Sabina Park. And I opened the button. Remember, I used to wear my orange hat and all, my orange sun hat and all. I don't know if you remember that. And I opened the button, and the first 2 ball away, the man pitch outside the half bed that swing way. I said, try this easy, man. The next ball, same place it's pitching us, a big leave alone in a Wayne. All we know is the ball swing back in. I never know it's a fast ball because I move the ball 2 ways. I say, right. But Diego top score in that match. Remember, Diego top score make 37. So yeah. That was. So what you remember most about that season, though, Wayne?
The dengue fever.
You had
To be
dengue too.
Yeah, dengue.
I remember Diego having dengue fever because I think he came to school. I think he was in. I think there's a nurse's office there. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember. I remember that piece of it. You know. That I don't. I can't remember anybody else, but I remember Diego having dengue fever.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But as far as playing, I was 13th man, way down the order, so didn't get to play.
Oh, you're part of the
You know.
squad, but you never start. Yeah. I got you. So where
But
you? Yeah, go ahead.
my playing was practice. Love practice.
Yeah.
Oh, practice was the best.
Yeah.
Practice was, you know, 'cause I mean, it was nobody was a star when you was. I mean, when you know at that point in time when you're trying to win, because he had a catch in, you know, where you sit in a circle and back the ball when you're
Remember
not
that?
looking. Yeah,
Remember,
and then
remember that?
yeah,
Yes.
you know, so it was all on reflexes and you know stuff like that. So, but I enjoyed practice. That's
Yeah,
why
you're right. That was part. I think that was part of the build the comradeship for later years to win. Because even though Kraken was way better than we, when we practice it, you never feel away at all. It wasn't it wasn't the sense of arrogance. It wasn't that at all when we practice it at all. That was like with a ease up and way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was much better than we by far. And it's a pity
Yeah.
because of Jamaican selection policy, him never end up and make Jamaica or West Indies team. Because I think if they better than lot of the fast well, then go on to play for West Indies cricket team. So yeah. So were you surprised, Wayne, that we actually make it to the finals? Or did you realize that was the first? Yeah, go ahead.
I had no clue. I mean, in my mind, it was just with us out there playing cricket.
Another match.
Yes.
Another match, and you know, that was in my mind. I didn't have that. Boy, we're winning. It was just playing. To me, we go out there and we're just playing, having fun, win, lose or draw. We're just playing. You know.
So the occasion when I'm come to you and I say, right, in Meadowbrook, I win.
Yeah, us winning to me was just we get to play again the next day. You
Yeah.
You know, win or lose, it didn't crumble me.
Yeah.
You know, never come back.
I agree, you know, because I said the same thing. That first year that we went into the quarterfinals, we weren't ready to win yet because, just like you said, Froggy, we were just having fun. You know, it wasn't like we got into this thing mentally thinking we're gonna win, we're gonna be this good team, right? We were just going in, hey, it's another game, right? We're just playing, and maybe that's how it starts, right? That's probably how Becky started the process. Hey, instead of putting all this pressure on you to win, let's just go out there and have fun and play. And then when you get done with it, you say, "Wow, you know, we are good. We could do something with this." And then you turn it off to a different level.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably where you guys took it to after that.
Yeah.
What surprised me is that we didn't, because I'm thinking that the next year would have been better. You know, since we had many, you know, so many. But then you think about it, our best players were older, and they weren't on the team, right?
Last year, of course, a lot of the players then, because Dougie and Kraken.
Dougie, Courtney, who else? You know, Diego, all those guys.
Diego, half of the team were not eligible for the next, even though they were all in third farm.
Yeah.
When I play in a fourth farm, it's a younger team, much younger team than that. Yeah, I the captain.
Yeah. Because remember, me and Lance were the same age.
Yeah.
You know, we're different. We're a week separate our birthday.
Yeah. We're both born in December. Yeah. A week apart. Yeah. So the significance, and it's just afterwards, you know. When I think back on it and I realize, because I feel the same when I look back on it, you know, I never think I can win or even think, it wasn't, you know, this is a big occasion for Meadowbrook and all, but it was the first time a team from Meadowbrook had reached a finals in a competitive thing. So if it was a junior team, it was significant. It was a significant thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
And I didn't realize this until you brought it up on your podcast. I had no clue. I mean, a lot of the information that I am getting about Meadowbrook is all through the Meadowbrook memories. And it blows my mind at how well we did, in the 80s. If you think about it, the size and what we accomplished, it was phenomenal. But going back to Becky, I think that was probably the best thing that ever happened to Meadowbrook at that time was Mr. Beckford,
Yeah, man.
Because when Mr. Thorpe got him to coach, it's sheer genius. And, he could have been he was a very good coach.
Yeah. Him know for spot talent and all, and him was a very good inspiration. Yes, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And it wasn't a regular, that's the first time I ever coached a team, Chris. I don't know if you had known
really?
that. Yeah.
I didn't know that. He did a fantastic job, I thought.
Yeah, on his podcast, and him and Mr. Bell Nevis come on, him talk about it, man. So him never coached a team before. He used to play not like senior cup cricket for UWI or minor junior cup. They used to play cricket, but Mr. Tarp, he used to play cricket as same one coach. But I just said, there's a stroke of luck for we. For me personally, it was a stroke of luck for me. That somebody like that came in my life and mentored me in a way where, boy, make me... Because I love cricket. I love cricket because I couldn't have to run for play cricket, right?
Yeah.
I don't know my limitations with running and all of it, so yeah. But talking about running, you remember Jeff Walters?
Yeah, man, of course.
The first man to win gold medal for Meadowbrook, right?
Meadowbrook.
Yeah.
Gold, silver, and bronze the same year.
But yeah, say last night, Wayne, I talked about it to a man, him cousin actually. I talked about another from the next man from Pembroke. And I say, Jeff learned to run so good. And him tell me the secret. Remember, they asked me what happened?
Yes.
Him said Jeff father usually carried him go up a bottom field early up on a Saturday morning and I run drills. Like them I run.
So Jeff father was a coach?
No, he was no official coach. But him father looked like he was athletic minded because I carry Jeff and Brian and Tennyson. And Brian is younger than Jeff, and Tennyson a little older than Jeff. And up a with my friend Andre name, we used to go Excelsior. And I used to run, and Jeff, I saw, like Jeff would have like 10, 50 yards, and a blow whistle, and official, when me hear the man talk about me, sir, but I forget Jeff to come on and come tell them story there, because I never know that way. I did not know that at all.
Because to me, I thought Jeff had some real good training, because if you can recall, Jeff had the greatest farm. Even at Champs, when Jeff was running, his farm was better than probably everybody else out there. With the knee lift.
Yeah, maybe him father was a better coach than I know. But yeah, him father was no official coach, but maybe him know the game enough. Mm-hmm. Or know the sports, the running enough. Because all three of them were gifted. Because Brian had win. When Rockinette Smaller went for KC, Brian came second for JC at Champs. Class 3, 100 meter, Brian was second for JC. I remember that. That's a Jeff Younger brother. So yeah.
So Chris, before I ask you, how your brother is for Calabar and you at Meadowbrook and you're a big Christopher Fisher?
I know, right? Well, you know what? I think, my brother and I are just two different people. He's a little bit more serious, a little bit more opinionated, and just, so I think Calabar suited him well. That was his school. You guys remember Calabar, right? They're the ones that think that they're the greatest thing walking on earth. But but like I said, Meadowbrook just suit me and the kind of people that I met there are a whole lot better for me in my situation. So I couldn't have gone to Calabar.
Yeah.
You know what I remember about you and your brothers, Chris?
What up?
You running and them trying to catch you.
Yeah.
I just remember Chris running and them two brothers that try to keep up and them can't keep up.
It was the two younger brothers I had, Chris.
Yeah, two younger brothers. And you know what? I ended up being 6'4". neither one of them was over 6 foot tall. So I don't know where the height came from on my side.
Genetics, you just get some gene.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
But that's the same thing with you and Robert, Patrick. Are you over 6 foot, right?
Yeah, I'm just about 6 flat. I maybe shrink
Yeah.
now by half inch, but yeah, but Robert, I think was 5'7" or 5. It's 5'7".
Yeah.
Yeah, Robert was.
Yeah.
Wait. Patrick,
Uh-huh.
5'7"?
I think that's where he ended up. I don't recall at school, but if he grew anymore, it must have.
Was that on his driver's license?
Yeah, I can't remember. But somehow that's what I know. 5'7" is what comes to mind.
Tell you that.
Maybe. So what do you think it was? More like what, 5'5"?
Oh no, I don't know. I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure.
That's so like someone would do that to me, say, Wayne. You're right, man.
Yeah, I just know it as 5'7" though. That kind of stick to my mind.
I wouldn't tell you that to Maggie, a bad man skank. A bad man was.
So Chris, even though you stay at Meadowbrook for 3 years, some of the fun memories you remember at Meadowbrook. Some of the fun memories. And then
All right, fun memories at Meadowbrook. Playing football with orange juice box where you just put something in it and you just play it. Remember that?
Yeah, man.
Remember playing ball like that?
Yeah.
That was fun. That was
would have played
fun.
anywhere, anywhere we find the box.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere. And that's like Froggy said, walking down to the bottom field and you saw kick something, salad, another brother.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, remember Monday morning if you come in school and you get a haircut,
Mm-hmm.
and the man them want kick you.
A smash. You get a smash.
A smash in the head, man. Yeah.
Smash.
Yeah.
Yes.
And in the hall we would play salad.
Yes.
And then everybody stand up, and when one man gets salad, everybody rush and kick you.
Yeah, they kick you for true. Yes.
I just talk about that win. Yes. Yeah. A man I get salad, everybody run for come kick him to rotted. Yeah.
Kicking those other things around would help our ball game still,
Definitely.
That was helping our ball game playing. I do remember that. That's a fun memory. That I said people over here they don't have nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have nothing like that.
They never have no formal football training or track and field training, Chris.
No.
So you end up having class 3 champion boy, you know, the formal training.
I know, right? I was just fast.
So wait.
I was like,
Chris, so you didn't run against Courtney. You can run against Courtney, but Courtney wasn't a big speedster.
I'm sure I probably run against him because I won the 100, I won the 200, I won the long jump, and I won the high jump.
Jesus.
Man was a natural athlete queen. I was wrong with him.
In the Wardhouse and Ratney did opening up.
Eh?
I said him end up at Wardhouse and we could have used him.
We could. We don't have a contact at all. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I had no formal training in any of it. Soccer, football, cricket.
So you never used to play no football or cricket or do no track and field or sort of field?
No, not really, no. Most of the time we used to play what a tag game where you run around and try to tag the other person.
Stocky, man.
Stocky.
Yes.
That's pretty much all we did there was play Stocky.
And you never played a scrimmage on the road like we used to play a scrimmage on the road?
Oh, we scrimmage on the road. Oh, yeah, we scrimmage on the road. Yeah.
Okay. I got
it. That's my formal training right there. Scrimmage on the road, and then you get that piece of wood and you play cricket in the backyard. Right?
Yeah.
That's our cricket.
Yeah, you want to
guys.
Yeah.
Remember, was it first farm or second farm? We had a soccer team.
Second farm, man. I remember that, man.
Where we went to Calabar and play.
Yes. Yeah, I do remember going to Calabar.
And the 13, like a second farm team.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But can you remember who was the goalkeeper? I'm going to ask the man them if they never have no sense. You know who was the goalkeeper?
Oh.
Who?
Me.
Oh,
Right? I can't touch. I can't.
Nothing. You can't touch nothing. You can't even touch the grass.
No, I can't. The goal for- So we go Calabar, and the man must kick two of them head.
oh no.
I think that might be the one and only time I ever went to Calabar to play anything.
Yeah, and the only thing I remember at Calabar is that when you go into the field, man, because I guess it's a cow pasture was over there at the time. Is you have to watch where you walk.
Yeah.
I can always remember that, man. You know, because that was strange, you know. You have always.
And then that whole heap of field to win, if I remember right. It's like it wasn't one field, I up 2 or 3 fields beside one another.
Yes.
And like we just, you see us.
I remember Richard Hilton was playing defense.
Cause we could have kicked the ball far with him 2 punch. Yes.
You know, I can't remember who else was playing, but I know Richard Hilton was there. And I'm sure Clarence Wallace probably played. Clara.
Clarence Wallace.
Clara, man.
Yeah.
You remember Devon Simmons, Chris?
Yeah, man. Simmons. The bow leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The biggest
Yeah.
boy like that, man. He was a scorer before doing, him do the scoring, and then when him leave, him do the take over the scoring from him. Because he never repeat fifth farm, but Do and I did repeat fifth farm. That's why Do the take over the job for score. And even Do, I didn't think Do to go sixth farm. Do never go sixth farm, Patrick.
No, I never did 6 form.
He repeat 1 year, but him never leave the team at all. When we play a match after school, we come same way. He was a scorer same way. Up until the time, I think we win said way. If I remember serving me right. He married Mr. McGregor. So long ago, I can't remember that at all. So wait, any fun memories at Meadowbrook where you want to talk about? Where you remember?
Oh my, a whole bunch of them, boss. And the things that we just talked about a while ago. It's just, you know, I had good memories right throughout. You know, I know no one specific per se, but I always had good memories at Meadowbrook. You know, as we talk about even in the classroom, I remember one day, I think it was the end of the semester, and it was Diego that did have a what you call it, tennis ball, and that's the first time I ever try to learn how to juggle a tennis ball because it was a keep up, and you know when you play with Diego. You because you get some big kick. If it drop and they must spell horse or something like that, or or shit or so, But so I remember that in the classroom, we push out with the desk and all them kind of things, and just keeping up in the classroom. I used to love lunchtime. Lunchtime. Yeah. Lunchtime was unlike the States. In Jamaica, when you have your lunchtime, everybody does find a space, right? Because when you think about it, back in Chris, when you're in New York, lunchtime, you have lunch table and them have lunch room and all.
Lunch room and all them something there, yeah.
When we were at Meadowbrook, you just get your patty and your cocoa bread, patty and your bun and cheese, and you find a down and eat. I always wondered what would have happened if I grew up now, because the way they have schooling now is that it seems to me like a prison. Yeah, they monitor everything you do. And when we were growing up, that didn't happen. We had a lot of freedom,
Yeah.
Think about it. We had a morning break, we had lunch. All of that was our time, right?
Yeah.
School finished, you walk home with your friend, you play a cricketer. Now, school over there, the bus pick you up, drop you off, you go to your class. Lunchtime, them tell you where to sit down, when to get up, all those kind of things, and they monitor you. At the end of the day, you go back on a prison bus, like that's what I call it, the school bus, and you go home. You don't really get a time to bond with friends, you know what I'm saying?
No, was like it's set up for the vision win. Because so that was the same experience for you, Chris, in terms of when you come inside. That shocked you as well?
Oh yes. Yeah, it's very, very much so. You go to school and you see all these people and they're all in their little cliques, over here smoking or whatever they're doing. This seems like for us, like I said, were not more connected. We were so much more connected in school in Jamaica. And everybody.
I know what it is though. No, I'm thinking about it as an talk about it is like, well, a sense of freedom in Jamaica for do what I want though. And at Meadowbrook, I don't know no other school. Me only can't talk about Meadowbrook. It was like a managed freedom win. We're allowed to roam the campus under management same way. After school, during school, as you say, nobody lunchtime, you know, I line up in a line like I thought I saying at the school system for about 18 months. And so I know exactly what you're talking about. And I hated it. I mean, I say, immediately for go to school in the system, you call the right word win. I like prison. And that, I don't think I could have survived. It's like me, I said, no.
Lance, I would be on, we call ADHD medicine. Trust me.
Yes, I see something weird. Because
you know, I mean, think about it. You know, if you are confined, you know, you don't have any way for release. You know, you don't have any way to release.
Talking about you, just think what happened to me the first time me go off on them like Mr. Griffith. What happened to me?
They would have get expelled.
Yeah.
You would have a special place you can put me in. I said, Mr. Prince and Mrs. Prince, come and take it, Charlie. If don't belong here.
An alternative. But Lance, you know what I thought, and Chris, you ever thought about this? Because I passed to get going to 4B. But you know, when we left, Now, I'm sure you probably passed to going to 4A.
I don't even remember, you know.
So, but anyway, how did you get to choose? How did you decide on choosing courses?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, my ask you the question the way I win, but I think I know where I ask you the question this way. Were you preparing to go to Fort Farm, or you didn't know say I go foreign?
I knew I was leaving, you know.
Okay.
I knew I was leaving, so I didn't really prepare for Fort Farm.
You didn't not think about it at all?
But how would you prepare for Fort Farm then, Lance? How was your preparation?
No, Wayne, just like what I said, Wayne, listen. I'm telling you this all, well, when you hear from you, I talk about this all. When I go Fifth Farm, when I take O-level, I never have no me I do, you know. A 2 subject I pass, I think a 6 I take.
No, but
for Fort Farm, but just do the one I like. But just do the something. Nobody never guide me and I say, right. I mean, I blame them.
We don't have no guidance.
No, but Chris, remember, you know, first, second, and third farm, there was no choice. We just did what we were told to do.
Did what we were supposed to. So fourth farm was the first time you had choice.
Yeah, choosing between science and arts, no, Chris. I think.
Okay.
You have to choose that.
Yeah. Let me ask somebody who much more studious than we as and who got through it. Patrick, I know you were an athlete, you were a runner, 800 meter runner, but you were a studious. How did that choice go in terms of that? The transition from third to fourth farm?
Well, you know, I wasn't that studious, you know, to tell the truth, Jerry. But I, like you, I chose what I liked, right? Because I like bio, but I didn't like chem or physics. So I ended up taking bio, and I did commerce. And what was the other thing now? But I was more on the arts line. But bio was the only science subject that I kept, if I remember right. So I was just going along the line of doing what I liked.
That's exactly. Yeah, go ahead, Wayne. So I have a question. Go ahead.
So in theory, did you look at the grades that you got and what you did well in and choose those subjects?
I don't know, not really. Well, to some extent, because I think I did well in history and geography. But yes, and I had history and geography as well. But somehow I never liked physics. I just never liked physics and chem.
So did you? Okay. So did you have to choose it before you entered school or when you got to school?
I think third form is where you made the choice, huh?
No, I understand the question Wayne asked, and the answer to Wayne is no. I think I had the same experience Patrick had me. I don't know if it changed afterwards, but when I moved, just like you said, I moved from third to fourth farm now. It don't come like, in a sense, it's almost like it wasn't a transition or nothing, you know. You just move and you do the subject where you like. Me like history, right. Where you good at then. Me never like none of the science subject then, but not like you said, boy. You would end up, I don't know how them to do it, Wayne. To tell the truth, I just don't know at all.
Yeah, because I've always wondered, how did you make that choice? Did they say in the summer, did they send you a letter stating
No,
you got
Wayne.
no?
No, we
No,
never get no letters.
none of that at all. Yeah.
Hmm.
So you come first year fourth farm. And you just come the naked, son. You don't know.
No, that's a good. Maybe the point is, maybe they know them have sign you, But we never know. It's in a sense, you think about it in a way. Just think about it. It's like when you come the first day of Meadowbrook. How them know which part to put with A, B, or C stream?
True. I don't know.
Them have a system. I think them look on the grades them. The school administrator and them look on the grades on the side. Certain student who at a certain level. And them not gonna tell you. Them use a fancy word there up here now. Them probably know what IQ score. I don't know if them even use that at Jamaica. And besides say, put people with certain IQ together in an A, another IQ in a, them not gonna ever tell you this in a way. You see me, I said, God, them are behind the scenes, and probably I gonna tell you. It's like if you remember, all of we in the B stream, all of we think and act the same way, And the one in the A stream did far more serious than we, Remember that, If I mess with you, Chris, you remember it's like it's the blend, So I think they know what them are doing, Wayne. But we
they made a mistake because
no mistake. When them look on it, I said, boy, you know what? We'll put a couple man at them where we just bring up the for improve the average over the B stream, Wayne. That's exactly
right.
Well, I tell you what, I learned a couple things today. I didn't realize that you changed after that choice after in fourth form. So I'm thinking now, looking back on everything, if I was going to leave Jamaica, that's probably the best time to leave is right after third grade, because that gives you all those classes are all the foundational classes, right?
Yeah. You left at the perfect
then
time.
And then after that, then you start taking your choice stuff. So man, it kind of worked out for me that I got the most out of, I think, Meadowbrook. I got a lot out of Meadowbrook in just that 3 years.
You mentioned something that is so critical, Chris. Is right about that. I think that deal time, for you transition from school in Jamaica to school. At our time, I don't know what it is like now. It was third farm when you leave,
Yeah, that was actually the best time.
But before even that, can you come up here now and what was it when you come then, Chris? In terms of say what made you choose the subject you want? How you decide where you go? I know I said earlier the school system is easier. What made you decide?
It was very easy, but then for me, I was always a math and science guy. That was always easier for me. The English and the language and the writing and all that stuff is, I could do all right in it, but it was I had to put a little bit more effort in it. So the math and science came a lot easier for me. So that's where I ended up going.
Well, I don't. That's not Meadowbrook. You end up at the math and science. I think that's what happened.
Yes, I would have definitely ended up there. That's where I would have ended up.
Yeah. And Wayne, what was your choice?
Well, I enjoyed math. I don't know about the sciences, but I enjoyed math. I loved history, geography, those things. I hated Spanish, and to this day, I regret that I hated it so much because I look back and I took so much Spanish and never really took it serious because when you're growing up in Jamaica, why do I need Spanish?
True.
Who Spanish speakers are in Jamaica, but moving to the States now and where it's a benefit. But yeah, those are some of the subjects. English was not my favorite. Didn't like to read.
Yes.
Give me a comic book, and me read that.
Yes.
Yeah. But I was to be honest with you, at the latter part of third form, I started last, I don't know what you call it, form order. I became more serious about my work. And I don't figure that, but I think the maturity started to kick in at that time,
Well, say I moved from top 20 to top 10,
Oh no, no. We are talking about much of us rated class 30 something.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I was in the 30th.
Top 30. Top 30.
And I think by the time I left, I had jumped up to like I want to say top 15 or something like that.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, get up there. Yeah.
But trust me, man. I look on fish time one box him in the back of my head, but then bigger than me, so I can't do nothing. The right spot.
Yeah.
But you mentioned that I'd probably go into the A farm. I would not like it. I was happy right where I was with the B.
Right? You're 15. That's what I'm saying.
I 15 right there with everybody.
But I think you had a choice. They must put you where they want to put you.
Is that really?
Yeah, because
Yes.
Dougie end up in the extreme, and Dougie come from C.
I would not like that.
From 3C to 4A?
I don't know which. Maybe. I saw him not there for confirm that, might come on and we can ask him if he ever come on for the conversation. But Dougie end up in the A3, man. Dougie took him work far more seriously than I ever did. I did just love reading. I love read. And the funny thing, read. I could read a whole heap of books and that, but I couldn't write. It's afterwards, I associate the two of them together, Wayne. That's right. I never pass English the first time, It's afterwards, I pick form and I repeat pick form, and I start reading the newspaper. That's right. And you get used to man, I write and all them with it. So, yeah. But I do love that all them subject there, Wayne. Is that, you remember, when I call the name, remember a geography teacher named Miss Richards?
Miss Richards.
Geography.
Patrick, you remember?
I think so. The name sounds familiar,
Where a nickname for her. Me and do and Jago get a nickname, I tell you, man. It was clean. We used to call her the gymnast. You know why?
Oh,
Why that?
she's slim.
Why that?
We used to touch her walk on her hand. She's so small.
Oh wow!
It wasn't gymnast in her disrespecting way win. That's why I can't say this is what, and I have to edit out this, which was no, but me and her became a good friend, man. She was hold on, I don't know if you remember this, right? Miss Richards that teach us geography in a second or third form, right? And she started talking about cold front and warm front.
Uh-oh.
Wayne, you know that. You know me, I take that, right? But yeah, I should end up teach a priory. When I start tell Patty and all them things that Wayne, when they go up the one time, drop me say her. I remember a good man. I don't love to get in touch with her. She one of them teacher who inspire me. Because I love geography. One of them subjects I just love.
Yeah.
Geography, I think I hit me the pass and history the first time I take O-level exam and all them. So yeah. So never when you come here in the transition phone, you never have the exam like how Meadowbrook, like how Jamaica had exam at the end of the year. How that work? I'm not a sixth form. I take that one the first. Yeah, go ahead, Chris. Sorry, yeah.
No, they didn't really have big exam like that. Now New York had the Regency. The Regents exam that's a statewide exam that you could that you took. I guess that one, but not everybody took it. So I don't know if it was all required or not. What about you, Wayne?
No, I don't think that Connecticut had that. It not that I can recall. The only exam that I recall was the SAT.
SAT and ACT, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think that we did ACT where, but SAT, I remember SAT. But other than that, it's just coursework throughout the year. You get grades and they make it. They, remember now, I don't know if it's all over, but in Hartford, Connecticut, they try to get you out of the school. So they set it up where it's pretty easy to finish school. It's not hard.
Yeah.
So because they are graded on how many people start and how many people finish, So it is not. They want to set you up to succeed, So that's what
it's hard to not get out of school. They set you up to leave. Yep, that's true.
It's not like the more you feel, because I guess there are incentives for, how many or how much funding you get, and the schools get by the pass rate, or completion rate, and all those kind of things.
Mm-hmm,
So
Mhm.
everything is tied to that dollar. Remember that.
Let
Yes.
me ask you two on something. You take that one here first, Chris. When they leave in 1977, the summer of 77, to want to leave at the same time, same summer. And the come a foreigner. Did I wouldn't look back on Meadowbrook initially and I said, right, and the Saracen and leave Meadowbrook. And you take that one here
Oh,
first,
heck
Chris.
yeah. Yes, definitely miss Meadowbrook. It's, for the first 2 years in high school here in the US, I didn't do anything. I didn't go out. I didn't, you know, you end up, I don't know how it was for you, Froggy, but like for lunch, I remember we would sit at the table with Misfit. There was a brother from Haiti, from Greece, from Colombia. So we just all didn't really know anybody, right? Because all these kids in high school, they feed through junior high school to come to the high school. So they all know each other from then.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of depressing and sad, that first couple of years under a year. And so, I'd spend my time just hanging out in my room playing book cricket.
I
You remember
remember
that?
that, Chris.
You
Yeah.
remember book cricket? Hey, I have several notebooks. I would have my farm be, all you guys are on my team. All right, I tell you, Froggy, Clarence, Harold, Harris, Atkins, all Jigo. When we were playing all kind of different teams, we were playing the West Indies team. We were playing, and we're beat. And we're beat coming by
Oh,
book cricket.
oh,
Oh
oh,
man, I was
yeah.
loving my book cricket.
So
No,
you
but yes, I forgot about book cricket.
so you wanna play,
Really?
Chris? But that's how you pass your time?
Just me to pass the time. Yeah, man.
Wow,
That's how much I miss cricket. I miss cricket.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, I come back to that.
Book
I want
cricket.
to ask you a question about that. So you win. How much? The first couple of years when you come up here, what it felt like being at school? You never glad to say they're foreign and say you
No, no, I did
No.
not. I didn't want to be here. I did
No.
not want to be here, because in my mind, I had paid the price from first to third form, and the gravy time at high school is
the
fourth.
big man time, you know.
That was that in my eye. Yes, I paid the price. I know I must reap the fruits, and I missed Jamaica. I missed it tremendously. But the difference between Chris and I is that Hartford, where I went, had at that point in time, it was stated that Hartford had the second largest Jamaican population next to New York, right? And I went
really?
back. Yeah, I went. And Hartford is very small. So when I went to school, there was a lot of Jamaicans in school. So when I came there, Jamaicans stuck together. So they would even have a place where you stand, where you hang out. I met a lot of Jamaicans. I would play football and all those kind of things. So that was good for me.
You never seen a man from Meadowbrook?
No, man, no. No.
I never asked you that, Chris, because you said it's not Jamaican.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say anybody from
So where,
Chris,
Meadowbrook.
Chris, you go ahead, Dwayne.
It was that. Put it this way: within a year of getting here, right around the car, I had a little small job, and 20 feet from where, or maybe even not even half a mile, quarter mile, a guy opened up a Jamaican bakery. Or one of the largest Jamaican bakeries now in Hartford, back in 1978. So it sort of started to feel a little bit like home until the cold weather lick
The
you.
winter coming in, yeah.
Winter coming in. Because everybody, when you look on snow, Chris, when you came to the States, and well, that was my first time in the States, right?
Yeah.
So you'd always see Christmas cards with snow. And when you say snow, it's white.
Mhm.
So that's what I thought of snow. I couldn't put two and two together at that time until the first snowfall hit in Connecticut. And it was nice in the morning, but by the evening, It's dirty, it's slushy, but you don't ever see that piece of it, and as somebody new. So the first time I saw it was the only time I liked it, and after that, you can do away with the snow. Didn't like it after.
Let me ask you that question, Chris. So what you miss most about Meadowbrook? That's the first question, and then the next question was, then the girl them never better looking than foreign than the girls of Meadowbrook. If you miss Meadowbrook, what you miss most about Meadowbrook, and why should you miss Meadowbrook? And the girl in my foreign supposed to look better than the girl in my Meadowbrook.
No. Are you kidding me? No, not even close. What do I miss about? No, definitely miss Meadowbrook. Definitely miss Meadowbrook. Like I said, Meadowbrook was a very comfortable place to be. I think the stuff, everything that I learned and went through there in Meadowbrook is what made me who I am today. I think I'm thankful for the time, the 3 years, and now that I learned that the 3 years there was probably a good time to have left, but I really wish I would have finished that time only because I miss the experiences that we would have had together. With you guys that I'm catching up on now, because I knew we could have done some great things going forward. I mean, you all did great things without me.
Yeah,
I would have liked to have been there. I would have liked to have been there to help you with that.
Yeah, man.
And I think I would have been able to help with that.
Definitely you'd have enhanced that, man. We'd have probably won earlier and more trophy if you were there, without a doubt. You win yeah, we're going to get to that. So, what you did miss most about Meadowbrook?
All right. To me, Meadowbrook to me was just, it was home, It was home for me. I missed everything about it. I missed everything about it. It was home. Long story short, it was home. And I went to I wanted to visit United States, right? But United States wasn't really for me back then as a child growing up, like 40 plus years later. And, I'm still here. But at that time growing up, it was just home, and I missed home, everything about it, That was a way of life. I liked the way of life that I had at that time. I was comfortable. And I went to a strange place where I had to know, figure it out, Yeah, I had to figure it out, I was like starting over. And, and you may do, right? But, everything. I mean, it wasn't just one thing, Lance, It was on everything.
It's cold weather, everything.
I mean, the weather for one, how you communicate, all those little things, the little things that you don't even think about, things that you miss.
Yeah.
Things that you miss. So for every aspect of my life, at Meadowbrook, being so close to school, the bottom feel, Doug, you talk about when the waterfall overflow, those are the things that I took for granted are things that I missed. Walking down with you, Diego, Liston, aka Bionic, walking to the bottom feel, you miss those things, I mean, and you're sitting in a classroom and, bar none, the young ladies at Meadowbrook were far superior in in the US, they call it force ripe. Jamaica, they call it force ripe. There's a lot of that in the US.
I got you. I got you. It was natural ripe. It's like the force ripe mango.
Natural.
Yeah. But what it is that with us, because when we growing up and we going through that, we never know that was not the norm. Thought that was the norm. And when you leave that now, you say, wait a minute. this is not the norm, and you were in something good, you know.
Yeah. No, wait, you're right. Totally right. You know, what we had at Meadowbrook was not normal at all. You know, it wasn't the norm.
What we thought it was normal.
Yeah, we thought it was normal.
Right.
And maybe even Jamaica is not normal either, you know, Wayne. Maybe even this other schools in Jamaica.
I know for those other boys' school, it wasn't.
Without a doubt. But let me ask you something. And you take that one here first, Chris. I want to hear about the news from Jamaica. I want to keep in touch. I want to get the news from Jamaica because this was long before, for make a long distance call was out of the question. You couldn't your cell phone never exists. Did you write back anybody? Did you keep? Oh, you kept in touch. And that's
I did.
Yeah, go ahead.
I did keep in touch. I for a little while I used to write to Diego. You know, I don't know what happened, why that stopped. But Diego was one that I would keep in touch with because I even came back and visited one time, went to his house and saw him one time. Yeah, I used to talk to him, and then Scotty, Janet, her and I kept in touch a lot through the years. And I've even visited her up at her house up in Red Hills there one time I came back to visit too. So it was through her and then to Diego, but mostly to Janet Scott that I kept up on what's going on.
Yeah. So before I come to you, Wayne, so when you heard the news that Meadowbrook were doing well at cricket now, when you first heard that, how did that make you feel? That boy, I miss out on that, I just felt good to Meadowbrook. Or did you ever, at what age did you hear that news? Right away or years after years of Meadowbrook started good? Fisher? I wonder why.
Done again?
No, you're there, man. You're there. Go ahead, Chris. Yeah.
So say it again.
When did you hear the news that Meadowbrook started to well in sports? When they are foreign?
You know, I think it was about 3 years later. I want to say
after we won.
No. When that first year you win, I heard about that because I was keeping up with cricket and what was going on, and I think I'd heard that you guys had won, and man, I was like, that was a sad day for me because I wish I was there with you. I really wish I was there with you.
I got you.
We really did it. You know, it's like. It was a pride. It was a really pride because I actually felt like I was a part of that success.
So you're about the news. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, because it's people that I know, you know. So I felt like I was part of that success. So that was a good time.
Yeah. So you actually heard the news almost right away then through the newspaper or somebody call you.
Yeah. I think I had somebody call me. Who was it? Because they knew I went to Meadowbrook, and somebody called me and told me that that you guys had won it. I can't remember who it was now. You know, it was a while ago.
Yeah,
but I did hear.
Yeah. And that make you feel, as I say, you feel sad that you wasn't there, but you feel good. So we finally.
Sad, but I felt like I was a part of it. Yes. Yep.
And for you, Wayne, did you keep in touch or did you come back regularly or? And
at the early stage, yes, I came back regular, and and your Fisher said check Diego, and of course everybody check Diego because Diego has been at that house forever.
Yeah.
So you know it's not moving. So I used to check Diego when I came back, and used to check Scotty. Scotty was Scotty and Cheryl Hyatt, and I think back in that, I think Elizabeth Harrison was there. Who else? But yeah, I found out about the winning through Deitch and Ballin, the guys that never went to Meadowbrook but lived at Meadowbrook. You know, because of everything that was going on, and and the only person that I really recognized was you. You know. When you're the captain, when you take the pictures, you. I didn't see anybody else that I knew, at the time when you guys won, But it felt good. And I felt proud of you, put it that way,
Yeah.
I bragged about you, that, this man and me, So it's a bragging piece for me.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yeah. So you're not man. You used to play cricket together at Meadowbrook. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, because by then, Chris, Lance was a big name at Meadowbrook.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. When they call Glaister Prince, everybody know it.
Yeah.
So I make people know, say, me and them used to park.
Of course.
Yeah, because Ballin, but we know Ballin good. Mikey Ballin good more than Mikey died, Chris, Wayne. So yeah. Because Mikey Ballin run a cricket team that him then we go Calabar, we run a team there all a while to say, yeah. I didn't want to keep in touch and know about that winning there at all. It's like it was far. I did not know that at all. That is good fear. That's good fear that you remember that. And it meant a whole heap to honor. I wouldn't have known that.
Oh yeah.
You remember, when you
Yeah.
and you were accomplished. It to me it was bigger than just Meadowbrook. It was my boy Glaister.
Right.
And did you win? You're the captain. You're the technical piece of it.
Mm-hmm.
What surprised me is that I didn't. I was always looking for Diego because when we left, Diego was the man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Diego is a better cricketer than me. He's a better cricketer than me. I put it right there. He is. Yeah.
So I always thought that because
But let me tell you what happened, Wayne. It's almost what happened like with the cold steam, because Diego didn't repeat fifth farm. I did. And Diego was a year older than me. So the year when we won, Diego was not eligible at all because Diego born like early in a 62, like Christopher.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that year then I went to I think we missed semi-final by 1 point. I captained the team. The first year we captained one in a lower six. Diego was in upper six. I'm being in upper six. And we missed, I think we missed the semi-final by 1 point. Cracking had left and gone to Excelsior. I'm talking about it on Film Podcast, right? And but as I said, Chris, if you were there in a sixth farm with Diego and Cracking this year, it would have been I said we missed the semi-final by 1 point. That team there, but that's why Diego wasn't a part of that team win. Because when you're upper six now, Diego leave and gone, him wasn't eligible because him born early in a 62.
Okay.
Right.
Instead of after September 62. You see, but I'm saying, just like when I said, it's like time is everything, man. Time is everything. Too. I did just look.
Timing is
Yeah. So it was me. As a matter of fact, I can't remember because Beanie never eligible either. Because Beanie born before.
Yeah, Beanie was
born before September 62. Because I remember the cutoff date. I think it's like August or September. If you born before that, it's like I see our common entrance was taken, man. Remember you have 2 chances to the common entrance, And then, you see what I'm saying to you? Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
And them cut off at the school year. The school year starts September. So if you're born before that, it's like them put you at a certain age group and then you're born after, a certain age category. So yeah. But so that's why Diego Pitcher wasn't there, Wayne. But Diego was part of the team that missed the semifinal by 1 point the year before. Diego and Beanie was part of that team there. Diego and Beanie. But because me repeat fifth farm now and a sixth farm a year afterwards, a lot of the younger men them. Just like it's a lot of the younger men them they come. That's why you wouldn't recognize the body upon that team that Wayne. Apart from me. I
want to say this though before I forget. I mean, my admiration for Beanie Boss, I admire him a lot. So small, but such a big fighter,
Yeah.
Wasn't Beanie a pace bowler?
Yes, yeah, no, but hold on, and you're right. We have to big him up right now for true, And
and
because
Beanie was small than me, but Beanie was a fire.
Yeah, man, and Beanie I play football, and Beanie I play track. Beanie I like Christopher, in terms of the amount of sport him compete and very competitive with them. You see what I'm saying to you? Beanie was a competitor, man. Beanie was a competitor.
I admired from afar.
Yeah, and I could call him right name. Because man, I said, so much Beanie come a Meadowbrook. Lloyd Wayne Campbell. I could call him by him right name.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, you have a good name, Wayne.
Yeah, No, it was a special time win. I felt good I win for Meadowbrook for the first time. And say last time I talked to somebody and I realized Pembroke and Meadowbrook connection or something else, It's like Willsy, Anthony Wills, live on Meadowbrook. first big footballer ever come to Meadowbrook. Jeffrey Walters. They were
From
Pembrokeshire.
Pembrokeshire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone that point out last night to me and I say, yeah, Wilsey and then Jeffrey and then me. Track and field, football, track and field and cricket. A three Pembrokeshire man put Meadowbrook on. I say, yeah. I would take that company. That is a steep company me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never looked about it that way until last time. But I know I live at Pembrokeshire and I know them good enough, you know. So yeah. But that was a special time for me, man. I felt good that Meadowbrook with my I never see myself as a big cricketer. You see me, I said I was a competitor. I just love the game. I like you, Chris. I play whole heap of book cricket, man.
Whole
heap of book cricket, man. That was
Oh yeah.
that
Love the game.
Yeah. But let me ask you to understand something though. I know son you come on Meadowbrook just until third farm. And you take that one your first win. What is the most embarrassing moment you remember at Meadowbrook? You can look back on with a smile.
I guess the cane that I almost did get. you know, when that it was sheer fear, because he went for the cane, so I know I was gonna get it. And for a 13-year-old, what was it, 13 or 14, whatever it was sheer panic, boss, because I'm locked the window, because I'm actually locked the blind. And just, I guess I'm God bless. Because when that lady opened the door with the lunch, because I guess she didn't realize that, it was about to met out some punishment.
Yeah.
But when she come with the food, it was like a blessing, boss. But that was, my heart raced. But I have some couple of times that, there's once when Jeffrey Walters won the, they call it, I don't know if you want to call it embarrassing, when you won the three medals, right?
Yeah.
It was a Friday, and we get a break in the morning. So at the break, I leave school, and a whole bunch of people follow me because I knew the way to get to the stadium, right? 37, 27, and reach Harvardry, and so I get to the stadium, and everything is everything, because that's the first time I ever leave school, And I can remember lunchtime come, Beanie come, and Beanie look on me right there, and in the middle of the track and look on us and tell us, say, them take, what you call it?
Roll call.
Them take roll call at lunchtime, and then let the school go. So all the people them that leave early, them in a trouble. From Friday until Monday, I fret. Because, and Mr. Tarp, the two dogs, them come in the classroom, and him have him list of people, and him go down the list, and him call everybody. And him call Searchus, because Searchus left early too. And Searchus, when him call Searchus, him say, Mr. Searchus, can you explain to me, And Searchus said, he saw everybody leaving school, and he thought that, school was let out. When him said that, man, by the time him called my name, I didn't even give an explanation. I said I was with Searchus. I was with Searchus.
You don't have to explain nothing at all. You're lying talk already. Yeah,
why go over the same thing?
Yeah.
I was with Searchus.
That sort of sound good enough. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Let's stay with that one. But embarrassing. Other than and getting low in the farmer and feeling lesser of a student, other than that, I don't think that.
So you never get caning at all then?
No, never get. I miss caning. Every time I'm supposed to get caning, it's always with a lot of people must get it, except for that one time.
Yeah.
Because Griffiths almost let me get caning. Because I remember there's a plum tree by the bottom, on the way to bottom field, there's a plum tree.
Yeah.
Well, me, Mattis, I think Robert walked by the plum tree one. I remember we had gym on a Friday.
Yeah.
Last period, right? And we're going to the plum tree and we shake down every red plum and we dip on gully bank for a good 15, 20 minutes, man. You see, when we reach the field, Griffiths meet by the gate. and just send me right go up the top. And all of us line up in top office on a Friday evening. And again, Kirkland Kirk walked 1 week later, and Kirk said he took a long cut. He took a shortcut.
A long cut.
No, take a shortcut that ended up to be a long cut. Right?
Yeah.
Reached me again, Mr. Boy, I was with Kirk. And Kirk was a walk, you know.
You don't have your surfboard, you're just a follow man. I hear you.
I'm not recreating the wheel.
No. You don't need to come up with a different story at all. Let's stick with the one story.
The one story about the shortcut, you know, that never, you know. But Mr. Tarp must know, you know, must know so we're idle.
Yeah.
Mr. Tarp live around the car, but you know, but the long cut, but turn short. Yeah, man. But escape caning, man. Escape caning a couple times.
You know, so one time I get cane with me in a Ford farm.
Man,
I know I get cane for you don't believe. Guess.
Cost bad.
No, it wasn't that way. That's not I know what that I was say. I mean, I come back to you, Chris. What did happen is that we have come from Bottomfield, man. I would have this teacher. I don't know if you remember. A teacher named Miss Parry. One of the English teacher there.
Oh, a white lady.
Yeah, man.
A white lady she was a gym teacher. Right?
Yeah, man. And you remember they used to talk. We used to look at English people accent and laugh after them a certain way, man. And me decide say, I'm going to mock her today. When I come foreign, me the people I call, Mr. Prince him copying me, I say, what I talk about? I mock. You know, when you mock somebody, and them speak.
Yeah.
I should go report me to top, man. And top call me in, man. And top. And unlike you win, and me when him call me, never have nobody answer, boy, yeah. I hear somebody say that, you know, so no worry.
Yeah.
So you, Chris, what the most embarrassing moment you can remember? I look back on me, but you can't look back on last night.
Oh, man. So I was running track, and they tried to get me to do the hurdle, to learn how to run the 110-meter hurdle.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've ever done the hurdles, it's a pacing thing, right? You know, 1, 2, 3, jump,
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, jump
thing,
type situation.
Yeah.
Very, very, very technical. So I remember we're at Camperdown doing a race, and I did okay with it. So they decided, all right, we're gonna let you go try it at one of the heats at Champs, right?
So actually
I
went to
did
Champs, Chris?
Yeah, so I'm running one of the heats. Yeah, they signed me up for one of the heats.
Yeah.
So boom, we start the race, and I think the first or the second one just threw me off totally, right? So the rest of this race, it's just me in the back running and do like a high jump over each one of the hurdles. It wasn't pretty at all. It wasn't pretty at all. I'm like, I'm glad there wasn't too many people in the stands, because it was one of the heats, you know, one of the early heats.
Good to get the heats.
I finished last. I think. I don't even know if they timed it because it was so bad. It was ugly. It was
Diego
ugly.
was there?
You know, he may have been, you know. You have to ask him.
Diego was there.
Diego give me a hard time. That was funny. That was embarrassing.
A good question that you asked, you know, a good question that you asked. It's like you say, oh, Diego and do, Mr. Then I come back and report to you, the man.
I never ran another hurdle race in my life. I'm like, I'm not putting myself through that ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Boss, but Chris, you're in esteemed company, you know. Remember, there was a high jumper for KC named Zelle. Remember him?
Yeah, Desmond Morris.
Yeah, Desmond Barrett.
Yeah. And he used to warm up. When I warm up for doing high jump, I warm up and I'm sweats. I do 6'5" and all them kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, he ran the first year he ran hurdles for KC. Him come dead last. You know,
I know that feeling.
You know, him come dead last. First year, I can remember that at Champs when I watch him. And him look sweet when I come over the hurdles. But him never have no speed.
Yeah.
Never.
Well,
so
I had speed, but it did not look pretty. After I kicked that second one, I almost fell down. I was just running, jumping over the 2 feet. It was not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
So did you take up any other sports when you came here, Chris?
I played football for the high school.
That's
And
soccer.
then,
That's soccer.
yeah, I played soccer. Yeah, I played soccer here for the high school.
Oh, really?
Did
Yeah.
all right there in high school, and then I played. I was at the Air Force Academy, and I went to Air Force Academy for school. And during the summer, your first summer year there, you're a freshman, plebe, whatever. You had to play a sport, and so I played foot soccer. And we had 10 squadrons of new kids there, and the soccer coach, the assistant soccer coach, saw me playing, and I was just, I was obviously tall, fast, and I could play the game. So he came and asked me after one of the games, say, "Hey, you should come try out for the Air Force Academy team."
Mm.
So I'm like, I wasn't planning on it. I was just going to school, trying to get done, and so I tried out for the team and made the team there at the academy and played for 4 years on the collegiate soccer. So it wasn't bad.
I didn't know that.
Wasn't bad.
Chris. I'm glad I asked it. I never know that. Yeah?
Wait, Chris, tell a man about
Yeah.
the boxing, man. Tell a man about the boxing.
Boxing?
Yeah, tell a man about the boxing.
When was boxing champ to win?
Bridget.
They have a boxing as part of when you're a freshman at the Air Force Academy. One of the classes you have to take is boxing. It's mandatory in gym class. So I took the boxing class, and because we had to, we had no choice. And I've never been in a fight before in my life. You guys know me, right? The only person I've ever been in a fight with is my brothers, right? They're the only person I've ever been. I've never been outside. I've never been in a fight. So I took this class, and the instructor that was just teaching the class was the actual coach of the academy boxing team. And I did okay in the class, and he's like, "Hey, you should come out and try it for the boxing team." So I'm like, no way, right? I'm not getting in the ring and doing it as I was a freshman. So the next year, I boxed on our squadron intramural team, and I did okay. And he said, "Come try out for the team." So I tried out for the team that second year, and as a sophomore, and end up winning. You have this big tournament there called the Wing Open, and all the different cadets for different weight groups try out, and then you if you win the Wing Open, then you're on the boxing team, and then you go to regionals, and then you go to the national collegiate, against all the different colleges around. And would you know it, I ended up winning the national collegiate boxing champion at 165 pounds, not just 1 year, but 2 years. I did it the next year also. So I was a two-time national champion here in boxing, collegiate boxing. I didn't do it my senior year.
Hold on. Wait.
Yeah.
Somebody right.
Wait.
Yeah, go on.
I have a story to tell you about that.
Yeah, go on. Let me hear it.
I got to visit Fisher at him house, and
Oh yeah,
in New York, right? And Fisher have the gloves and it's sign and thing, and Fisher is showing me. He put on the gloves and said, "Yeah, this is what I'm gonna show him about the boxing." And become, I tell him, the man give me some big lick. I show it's not him showing me, but him don't realize when you have on a glove and you put it to a man, it's painful, But that's how I knew that's how I knew that Christopher was the champ.
To the lick, you put on by you.
Yeah, man, that's a big lick from a man. Like a vengeance thing from long time,
And I must say this, Chris, your humility not change at all, because you just matter of fact say, why you're the boxing, and you play for the college soccer team and all them with it. And trust me, if you just see a Meadowbrook, man, me and we talk about this, and I say, if you just see a Meadowbrook, you'd end up head boy, you'd end up a play on the Manning Cup team, you'd end up a play on the Sunlight team, probably captain the team over me and all them with it. That is all.
No, I wouldn't. That's captain. I'll let you do that captain thing. It's pretty cool. I got to meet some good people. Sugar Ray Leonard.
Oh yeah.
Alexis Arguello, Larry Holmes. As a matter of fact, that's who signed the gloves at.
God, the boxing. Okay.
Larry Holmes. Yeah, because of boxing. Yeah, met those guys, talked to them. Yeah, it was good.
With that, Chris, somebody wanted me to box when I was in high school, right?
Yeah.
I was working at this store, and this guy is a trainer, and he came to the store I was working, and he looked at me and he says, I have a boxer's neck, come neck big.
Oh, sure.
And I tell the guys, I look at him and I say, I can give a punch, but the day the man lick me, I looking for something for licking back with. I'm not punching him.
Right.
I cannot take a punch, but I can give you a punch. No, man.
Yeah.
I doing that at all, boss,
Yeah, well, we went down and trained down at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs there, and they wanted me to try it for the '84 boxing
Olympic
team.
team,
Like,
really?
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, no, I can't do it.
You
Just
know,
didn't have it in me.
yeah, no, right. No, I understand. But you never have it there mentally. But trust me, man.
Yes, exactly.
Talent-wise, without a doubt, Chris, if you didn't make up your mind and say you want to do it, you'd have read about it and get a medal. No doubt at all about that.
Yeah. I tried out for the U.S. soccer team also.
Oh, yeah?
When I was at the academy, yeah, I made the first 2 cuts in Colorado, but then school at the academy, I couldn't continue. So
now, who played on the U.S. soccer team, if you remember?
'84. Oh,
that was the team with Kobe Jones and them man there?
Yes, and all them guys.
Were the team there? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, you did far better than him, and him a big time name ball, and you did far better than him, Wayne. Without a doubt, I can't. When I see him play, I say, who that? You did far better than him. So Dougie called me. I mean, if you just join the conversation, I'm gonna tell him. I'm just becoming I'm saying just join the conversation. Yeah. So, but before you answer the question, Wayne, before you answer the same question in terms of what sport you came and pick up here, did you? But no cricket at all in a state, Chris. You never touched on a cricket bat or ball.
Oh, I did play cricket there actually. Yes, I played cricket I found there's a couple of Indian people here. For a while, I was on a team. Matter of fact, I have a videotape. They had a news crew came out. And they did a thing on cricket, and I was the opening bowler. So I have a video of me from I think 9 News out here, me taking a wicket in my first over. So it's not bad. Yeah, I played cricket for about 10 years here.
Wow,
I didn't know
Chris,
that. I didn't know that at all.
Yeah.
You can do anything you want at all. That's all I can say to you. That's
yo,
yeah.
Hey, Chris, I read in the bouncer.
Oh yeah, I have to throw a few. I'm 6'4", of course. When I'm coming, I had to see him kind of run up like Kraken. So yeah, I have a long run up, man. It's and I'm bringing it. So it's good. It was good. That's why I said I wish I was there. I wish I'd stayed with you guys.
No, you're talking, yes, sir. I wish you were here to Chris. Trust me upon that. Yeah.
And Chris, the whispering that, like as you call, Michael.
Michael Holden. Yeah, yeah, that's my guy right there.
Yeah, Mikey. Yeah. So when you came afar, I just say you weren't. Which sport you decide to take up in terms of say?
Soccer.
Mm-hmm.
There was no cricket around. And it's just, that was the easiest sport to play because, you had all the Jamaicans around there. So that's how I ended up playing soccer, Played for high school, played in college. It was fun. I met a lot of, most of the people I know or friends that I have over here is due to playing football, hyphenated soccer. Lots of friends from all over the world, because it's an international sport. Ended up in Oneonta, New York, to play. Played with Paxton, Rose, and Gladstone Hutchinson. That's from Pembroke.
Clooney, yeah.
Played with Eric Miller.
From Pembroke,
played against,
yeah.
Played against Drag. Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
The same year we played against you at the Air Force Academy, right?
Yeah.
I saw Michael Miller. Dragon?
Oh, yeah, Dragon.
Dragon played for University of Albany. And Dragon,
Oh, okay.
guess how tall Dragon is?
Oh,
6'4".
oh yeah. So he's my height.
It was so ironic that I saw you and Dragon the same year. And
Yeah.
the two of you,
Two,
I mean, tall than everybody on the field.
all the same way. Yep.
Yeah. You know, out of Meadowbrook. That's a small world, man. Small world.
Yeah. Very small world.
So you got a soccer scholarship win.
No, walked on.
What that
Walked
mean?
on.
And I walked on at the academy too.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, there was no soccer scholarship because my team wasn't any good in high school. So I walk on to the team. That's how I made the team. I just walked on.
What would that mean? Explain to me because I don't understand them terminology.
They had a tryout and I made it from that.
So you had to pay your own way at the school?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what the advantage of walking onto a soccer team when you go
Well,
college?
usually them have scholarship players, right?
Mm-hmm.
And those are the people that have the majority of 11 scholarships back then.
Mm-hmm.
And then more than 11, right, to play. You need a bench. So I walked on because there were no scholarships there.
Mm-hmm.
And me, their team. But there was no scholarship money. So, you know, that's how it went.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Situation a little different with the Air Force Academy because you know, I actually got paid to go to school there, but you know, they had recruited athletes that they recruit guys to come play soccer. I just wasn't recruited, but I ended up making a team and playing just on ability. So
I walk on see me like you, like him, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
I walk,
Yeah.
oh, really?
Yep. I wasn't recruited specifically to go play soccer, but I ended up playing.
Power, you know, nobody not want to know you.
Yeah.
And it was,
exactly.
I remember soccer wasn't as big at that time as it is now.
Yeah,
you know?
true.
Yeah, where you have all these tournaments and you go to here and you go to there, you know. Back then you don't have no tournaments to go, especially if you know. So you know when you're in those places like Hartford or in New York where Chris was, you know, you're playing for fun more or less. You know, the high school. I can remember I made a high school team and I'm looking for gears. And if I ever tell you the kind of gears those guys had, you'd laugh, boss. Yeah. Remember, they had football boots from the 50s.
I mean, like some uppers?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know, me attack, Chris. You know the uppers boots, eh?
Yes.
The man them have.
Well, Lindy Delapena would have wear. Yes.
Lindy Delapena. Yes.
I asked the coach where the boots are, and the coach go in our box and point to the box. You know, I said that's where the boots are. You know,
so that's in high school way. It didn't improve by the time I went to college.
No, man, different from college. But what I'm saying though, when you're in high school, right, in Meadowbrook, and you met the Manning Cup team, you get gears.
Yeah.
So I felt that was the same way when I came to high school over here. You met the team with the gears. And look up with some uppers. You know.
Yeah. I just thought about the boxing, Chris. You know, I remember. Because one of the things where is I remember about you, know, that just lift you up. You did karate. You had a yellow belt.
I did do karate. And that's
go ahead. Talk about that. Yeah,
helped me in life also. I think karate helped me with just a silent confidence, and then be a work ethic. I think was instilled. I love karate. Yeah, I was a yellow belt. I'm amazed you remember that.
When did you do karate?
I was doing it when I left.
Oh.
Yeah, I was doing it when I left. Because I was getting ready to try out for my green belt next.
So you took it up when you came here? When you came a foreigner?
No, I didn't pick it up when I came here. But I tell you, it helped me in boxing.
Yeah, I figure that's why it came to my mind. I thought with the boxing. I said,
Yeah,
"Boy, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah."
it helped definitely helped me with boxing,
Mhm,
with the
mhm,
speed
mhm,
of your hands and movement of your feet.
mhm,
Definitely helped
mhm,
with
mhm,
boxing.
mhm.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Chris, come on them. I'm sure that somebody must punch you in your head. If
Yeah.
you never vex when you get the first punch.
Hey, I'm fighting in Westchester, and it's in the finals. It's in Westchester, and I'm fighting a guy from Westchester. And first round, I'm beating him. And so we all, we wear a headset, headgear, and
Yeah,
we have
yeah,
the big gloves. So
yeah.
usually nobody gets cut or hurt. I mean, you could knock somebody out, but for some reason, I hit him just right above his eye in the first round, and he starts bleeding. And I'm like, oh man, I'm killing this guy. So the second round, I am just I'm just playing with him. I'm not trying to hurt him anymore. And so he's pissed now, right? Because he's bleeding. So he's coming at me, and he gets some shots, and he in on me. So I get back to my corner, and my coach, this was the hardest hit I think I got from anybody. He hits me in the face, and I was saying, what are you doing? I was saying, he's bleeding. He's like, yeah, well, he's trying to kill you now, right? So, wake up and go back out there. So I got back out there, and that's one time I would say he hit me one time to start that round, and the third round we fought 3 rounds, and he hit me in that third round and kind of whipped me back up. Said, yeah, he's right. This guy is mad and coming at me. It's time for me to up up the stage. So I took care of that after that and ended up winning. So it happens.
You're Chris Emtek, we and you're Chris Emtek, you're right.
Take care of him, yeah.
That
It
matter of
has.
factly, yeah.
Well, let's
It
take care of this right now. We'll have no more of this. If you want to bleed some more, we can do it. And matter of fact, that fight was broadcast on HBO, and from I think that was back in 1982, I want to say. So yeah, you can if you ever look back at
We're
National
pretty
Collegiate
young then.
Boxing and
You should too,
HBO.
1920, yeah. That's a year. Me just leave
Yeah,
Meadowbrook. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
You were in
yeah.
college at the
Larry,
time.
yeah, Larry Merchant was the announcer. He interviewed me after the fight. So yeah, yeah,
Whoa.
Wow,
it was
wow,
good.
wow.
You're in the big leagues, man. You're in the big leagues, Chris.
Yes, yeah.
So Chris,
I have some HBO video out there somewhere.
Yeah.
so Chris,
Okay.
did you thank your mother? Did you thank your
My
mother when
mother,
eh?
for what? Thank her for what?
No, man, usually when
Oh, in the
interview the
fight?
first thing you do is
Yeah,
thank
yeah,
your
when you
mother.
do interview, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, I forgot to thank my mother.
For
Hey,
script.
we went out and fought in New York at the where they do the Heisman Trophy,
Yeah.
Oh, Mark,
and Jake LaMotta was there and his wife. If you remember those guys, a boxing guy, and she came and saw me there. That was like one of the first fights my mom came and saw me. Man, you should hear her screaming every every time the guy even throw a punch, she was screaming at him. Like Jamaican mother,
Yeah.
right? Jamaican mother, she ain't,
Yeah, yeah,
oh,
yeah,
calm,
yeah, yeah.
calm down. You have to calm down. It's all right. It's all right. So my God, fun though. It was fun.
the mother had her belt waiting for that
You
heel.
know it. You know it, right? You know it.
Our eye heel, check out take off for the man, man. You can't see that talk with. So,
Yes.
Patrick, you have any question for either Wayne or Chris?
I just let me see now.
I'm gonna put you on the spot. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Let me do that for trigger you a little bit. What
Yeah.
question Robert would have asked if I'm in this discussion here right now? What would be Robert's question?
What are your best fond memories of Meadowbrook?
Remember
Best
when
ones, yeah. What were the best memories that you had?
That sounds like a Robert
remember
question.
when we're in the gym class going have to jump over that the high horse or whatever you call it. Remember that?
I don't be a talk, Chris.
No, we had to do like a flip over It was
Like a gymnastic thing?
yeah, it's a gymnastics thing. You guys don't
Oh.
remember that?
You know, as you talk, I just remember that. I know I wouldn't have attempted that, but go ahead.
Tell you what, it was hilarious, man. We almost killed ourselves with that thing. That thing. None of us, nobody could do it. Nobody could do it.
As you mentioned that, Chris, it comes straight back to my mind as a rat. And yes,
We were cracking up that thing.
yeah, it was like a gymnastic thing
Nobody-
there. Yeah, the two parallel
Yes.
bar them. It was,
That was in the auditorium. Right?
yes,
Yes, in the
Yeah.
auditorium.
yes.
Man,
It
that
was.
was a good memory.
It wasn't the parallel bar. It was what I don't know what the bar with them call that now. The one of them swing pan and all them way. I think of that. Yeah.
It was a funny day, boy.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll never forget that day. Never forget that day.
I think remember Miss Fitchett was trying to have a choir. You remember that? You remember? I vaguely remember that she was trying to have a choir and had us all try out for it.
You know,
Oh, boy.
Mrs. Fitchett
I don't-
at our studio up Irish Town, you know.
No, it was in the auditorium.
Yeah, I know, right? But you know,
Yes,
she had
I
a
remember
serious
that.
studio in an Irish Town, you know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man. Yes. Other students have come on and said they've been up to our studio. Studio are, when I call it Wayne, it's like you could have gone and have a theatre movie. Don't ask me, because this outside of my league set. But other people have been up to our house in terms of, because she was a serious drama teacher and them thing there.
But I remember the man them trying out, man, and it was the funniest thing, man, because nobody want to make it.
Nobody can sing?
No,
nobody
it's not
want
that
to.
they can't sing. Them never want to sing.
Yeah.
So they should ask me to sing, and every man I try get out of it.
All right. Let me ask you this. Remember, we have to get a speech every year, like a speech. Everybody have to come give up a speech. Remember, Mr. Fitchett taught music and speech, you know. And I don't know if you remember this. I could never forget this way. When I remember from Meadowbrook, and I remember memorizing my speech was about Barbados. And I could tell Barbados was the most eastern of the West Indian island and the Caribbean. I remember the script from nowhere, Wayne.
Oh, wow.
And every year, Wayne.
Wow.
When, at first year, we do it, you know. Like 3 years, we do it. Every year, Mrs. Speech, our 3 term.
Same speech.
Same speech, Wayne. Of course, same speech. And you know the question Mrs. Fitchett asked me? Are you from Barbados? Wayne, and then I have to change the word, you know. But same Mrs. Fitchett give me every time, Wayne. And she asked me.
What?
We never have to do no one. One speech we do all the time we have the speech class, man. We never have to do over nothing at all. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Mrs. Fitchett, you never know Mrs. Fitchett, Patrick.
The name sounds familiar. I'm trying to remember what she looked like, though.
It's a white lady, man. It's a
White lady.
white lady,
Can't
yeah.
remember.
And usually put on wool heap of makeup and all with it. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
somehow I
She
don't
was,
remember.
you see that way they call her eccentric person, man. You see what I'm saying to you?
Okay,
Yeah. She was.
gotcha, yeah.
Let me ask the two one question though, because I believe it or not, you know, as simple as you take it, you know, where they have to talk almost 2.5 hours where they are converse already, believe it or not. And I just 2 hours. So imagine if Jago and Doug is there in the conversation.
Uh-huh.
It's that flow. But let me ask you something though, because an old student called me all the while, and him, we know who, Mr. Franklin, and him asked me to ask a question that the people come on. What you think can be done? And you take that one your first, Chris. What you think can be done to make Meadowbrook past student want to give back to the school or inspire? I don't want to say force somebody. What you think can be done to inspire Meadowbrook past student to want to give back to them alum?
Wow, that's a good question. What kind of outreach do they have set up right now with past students? Is there a website or anything that we can reach out to start getting information like you and I are like we're doing here talking now?
No, yeah,
Is there a place to do that?
that's a very good answer, Chris, because that is the issue. There is nothing. And I just,
Nothing.
no, there is, and I don't answer there's nothing. I'm not this the alumni association them. But you see, how I put it in, I'm gonna put it this way. I put in another podcast, I talk to somebody. Where you go to Jamaica, you know, or even when you live at Jamaica, Wayne and Chris,
Yeah.
Patrick. When you go country and you stop and ask a man, how far the place is, what the answer him argue?
Round the corner.
Round the
Round the
corner.
corner.
And the corner never
All
reach
the
it.
time.
You can never reach it.
Right.
Can never reach.
Right.
Me I say,
Right.
what you need for Meadowbrook, for you, just because you did the nail on there, you know, and that's my view, you know, Chris. You did the nail on there, you know.
Yeah.
When a man want to give back to Meadowbrook, him don't need fear around the corner. Him need somebody that just grab him and hold on upon him and say, come let me show you which part you're
Mhm.
get and how much and who you get to. And that don't exist, and that don't exist now, Chris. That doesn't
Yeah.
that sort of body or that infrastructure don't exist, you know. You hit the nail on the head right away. It's a good question.
Yeah.
But I just say
Yeah.
if all when a man a try reach out, he might hear around the corner. Not true no fault on nobody, you know. Infrastructure
True.
that's not there. Infrastructure that's not
Mhm.
there. But
Mhm.
but this is just a start. Them conversation. That's why I ask a question and hear
Yes.
what people
That's
think.
right. That's a good place to start it.
Yeah, the
A good
conversation
place to
we have
start.
there,
So,
yeah.
so see if we can, you need somebody to probably take it and start it. Maybe you can keep doing that. Then, Lance, you can do that.
Yeah, okay,
You
yeah.
want to try it?
Put something in place where people can start reach out. Yeah, that. I talk to some people. That's not the pipeline in terms of how we think that can work. But yeah, that's something I've
Mhm.
been thinking about
Mhm.
because just something where people trust and that would not trust in the
Yeah.
existing thing, but it just don't exist, man. Don't put on and say if you want to give back a you don't know what to turn.
Yeah.
That's the
No,
first question
I
you
wouldn't
ask
know.
me.
I wouldn't know where to turn.
You don't know where to turn
Yeah.
to attack. You just don't know where to turn. And Wayne, what do you think about that question there in terms of say, what you think can be done to inspire past students for want to give back?
Well, I think first, to get back from alumni, what I've noticed from the institutions that I have been a part of, they reach out to alumni
Mm. Yeah.
consistently,
Mhm.
by email, by
Mhm.
letters, by phone calls. Those are some of the things that they reach out and they have a goal. I mean, this is what they are reaching out to you to get money for X, Y, or Z. What are you wanting them for?
Yeah, they want them have a vision and them a reach out for. Yeah.
Exactly. So if you want money, because remember now, people in general have a certain amount of disposable. The majority of people have a certain amount of disposable income that they have, that they give, right? And they have so many things that they give towards, right? So it's whomever you're competing with other people for those dollars, right?
Yeah.
So how do you compete, right? If you're not out there beating the bush, because everybody beating the bush for the money.
Yeah.
Therefore,
A good point. Very
you
good
know,
point.
so what is Meadowbrook doing to try and get that money? Are they just staying there and say, okay, the diaspora going to send me money from Meadowbrook because them got Meadowbrook? But all these people that got Meadowbrook across the spectrum, it's not only Meadowbrook, they went to different places. You got me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But places are going at them to get their kind of money. They get money from them. Plus, they might be at different churches because there are so many institutions that are asking for money.
Yeah.
It's
So
Meadowbrook.
yeah.
It's asking for the money.
Yeah, I know why you thought, Patrick, but as you mentioned that way, because as you talk, what come to my mind, is like, and it never happened when we go to school. Because when we think need for happen, it's almost like, for you go to Meadowbrook, it's almost like it need for inbred in you was a boy, a part of the system and the culture, say, when you leave the school, is a way for give back. And and it come back to where it's the first, Chris. It's like a way and an avenue where you can go for give back. It's part of the culture then.
Yeah.
It's not there at all. So even before you left
No.
Meadowbrook, it's like, say, a man I got to tell you, say, when you leave, we're sending you some email, or we're going, well, email now,
Yes.
but letters back in the day, because we
Yeah.
want to contribute back
Yeah.
to the school. It don't have to be a whole
Yes.
heap, It don't have to be a whole heap. So,
Yeah.
as a system here, and as I said, the technology allows us to talk and have them conversation here. And
Yeah.
as I
Yeah.
said, we can't take it to another level. So Patrick, what do you think about the question?
Well, I tend to agree with what was said before. If the school could organize some kind of body that we all recognize, and be
Yeah.
in charge of managing whatever resources flowing from the alumni. You see, nobody wants to take, scarce funds and just give it to any little association that is somehow loosely connected to the school, right? You want some official thing that you trust.
Yeah.
You have confidence that the funds will go exactly where they say it's supposed to be going, that kind of thing. So the school would have to be involved
Yeah, man, the school
Yeah.
have to be involved. So
directly.
the school have, but where you talk about the transparency and accountability, Patrick, that's exactly two words to describe
exactly.
where you talk about, and that
Yeah,
it can't work no other way. As you say, if you want to
yeah,
give out the money to Meadowbrook for a particular purpose, you do the track and field, and you say you want to sponsor somebody for that. You supposed to can tell them, say, that's the way you want your money to go. For a particular student, and nothing wrong with that.
true. And I
Yeah.
want to tell you something, some years ago when I was still in Jamaica, Beanie used to reach out to me because I think he was working with, I can't remember if it was a football
Yeah, man,
team.
he was
Oh,
manager, he was coach of the Manning Cup team, Patrick. He was coach. I think him still coach.
right.
Yeah.
And he used to, and of course, because I knew him and I trusted him, then I would contribute to it that
Right,
way,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he used to be in touch with me for a while. So something like that. But then you see, we need to formalize it so it could go across more channels and, maybe not
It
just
have
football.
outside of the personality, man. That's my view, man. It can't be because you know the person, you trust the person. It have to be you trust an
Yes,
institution or a body and it's form and it's structured and all them things. It can't be a personality thing. If we want it
true,
sustainable, you want to set
true.
up a
Definitely
thing.
agree with you.
Want to set up a thing while we're there long after we gone. We now 60s, you know. Well, I don't know if Patrick reached 6 years, so
No, I don't reach it yet. I don't reach it yet. A little bit behind you guys.
let me bring
So
on a age by here, Patrick. Sorry.
no. So I'll be 59, this year. So
Okay.
Enjoy, Patrick, enjoy it, Brethren, enjoy it,
yeah.
And if you behave yourself, we might let you into the 60s,
Right. Right.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
All right, I'm asking a couple more questions, yeah. And you take that one here first, Chris. What the best learning
Yeah.
experience you get from Meadowbrook?
The best learning experience I got from Meadowbrook. Wow. That's a very good question. I have to say, for me, because I didn't have the pressures, I think the best learning I got was that if you enjoy what you're doing, where you're doing, with the people that you enjoy being with, you enjoy going there every day. And that's why, I think Froggy talked about how much we really miss Meadowbrook at the high school, because it's like home. Is because that experience that we had there was not. It was so natural. Um, I think it just let it showed me what good could be going forward. And I think it kind of molded me right now to the person that I am today. Seriously, I think that my time in Meadowbrook molded me to the person that I am today. And that's a good lesson to learn. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's my answer.
Before you answer that question away, I have a question for Prisha. By the way, they come up to me. How come you never get a nickname?
I don't know, because over here, my nickname just ended up being my last name, Fish.
Okay.
So that's the only nickname I've ever had is Fish. So I left from down there, what most people call me Fisher, right? I don't think everybody went by a first name, Chris. It was mostly Fisher, and then up here is Fish. I don't know why I never ended up with a nickname. I don't know. You tell me. Nobody ever gave me one.
No, but why do you think Fisher never have a nickname?
Bad boy from Swallowfield, man.
Yeah, man.
Yo, you said, man, it's account people. You think more I give my nickname?
No, I don't. And have karate belt with you must be bad. Karate belt can run left you.
You know,
I'm
we
work,
have to,
I'm more important there, Chris. Me can't say this. You were such a genuinely nice guy. It's almost like nobody not gonna pick on you at all. Because you were just such a likable person. You see me, I said to you, that was the bottom line. That was the bottom line at that time. It was
I'm
like,
glad,
yeah.
glad to hear that.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you. I
And,
appreciate
and,
that.
and,
Appreciate
and,
that.
and for your information, I don't know. The nickname that when them give a foreign, fish, you can't use that at Jamaica.
Yeah,
No.
fish.
It's not safe for use at Jamaica.
Right. Right.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
No,
That
you
was
don't want to
the
embrace
word.
that name at
Was the
Jamaica no
word.
at all. No. Because that means something different than how weird.
Right.
That's just going on. But and I'm thinking out, yeah, I make me think, but right across our farms, A, B, and C, we can't see a fish like Fisher did have any enemy or anybody that never like him.
Right, then that means that we ain't
Oh.
right. Girl or boy.
Right.
Girl or
Yes,
boy. Girl or boy, exactly.
Yeah.
Girl or
Now
boy.
you see why I've never been in a fight before in my life.
And it's not like me when you know some my mouth. A whole heap of people I said, boy, I don't want to jelly him, just cuss me off and gone in the rest. That was you at all, Chris. That was never you at all.
No.
My mouth that get me in trouble. I couldn't fight at all. But my mouth was my weapon. But yeah, so I create a whole heap of enemy. I know that as a fact. From both aisles, from both sides and sexes.
Yeah.
Yo, Chris,
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I was in a fight at Meadowbrook.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah,
who?
man.
Fight.
Me and Seychelles.
Oh, yeah. When
What?
I don't remember that.
Yo, remember when basketball came out, right? And I was,
Yes.
as you know, I'm short.
Yeah.
And Seychelles, I push me down because I'm smaller and basketball. And something happened. And I give Seychelles 2 lick. Bloop, 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 right?
Yeah.
And when I realize I hit him, Seychelles get me in a headlock. And when the man get me in a headlock, boss, thank God for Diego. Because if Diego pull him off.
Oh, yeah.
I'm bigger than you.
Oh, yeah.
You're bigger than me.
Yeah,
I couldn't breathe, right? So after I done, everybody has said, "Oh, me win because me, it looked like some me.
That's
Him so
right.
big, right?"
Yeah.
But we're in the bathroom, right? I take a leak in the bathroom and Seychelles, I take a leak, right? And Seychelles look across from me and say, someone could have killed him. I'm just look at him and say, I know. I'm not scared.
Wow.
I
Wow.
breathe, I could not, Seychelles,
Yeah.
I could have killed him. I say, yeah, man.
I kill you. Yeah, I'm gonna kill
Which
you,
farm
yeah.
in? Second or third farm win?
Remember, I could have been second or third.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't remember. But I can remember the name because Seychelles was strong.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Mhm.
If I go hear this
Seychelles
guy,
have been like-
if I go hear the same conversation I win, I'm going to definitely hear that one come up.
But Seychelles have been a headlock, man. It's like a vice grip.
Diego come save you. Yo.
Diego come see. Diego eat it off. But the irony of it all is that the man must say, "Oh, you're Froggy, are you that?" I'm big up. But I take it on. We get in the bathroom. Seychelles just let me know, say, "Yo, little man, could I squeeze after your throat?" Yeah.
No, them could have kill you. Yeah. All right, wait. So the same question I ask Fisher, I'm going to ask you, what the best learning experience you get from Meadowbrook?
I think at that time, I would say is how to get along. I learned how to get along with everybody in class, Not just my class, but learning how to deal with different people of all stratospheres, children. I think I learned that at Meadowbrook, how to adapt. First, as a first farmer, as a second farmer, dealing with first farmers, as a third farmer, dealing with second and first farmers, and also with the upper school, how to adapt. I think that's what I learned more at Meadowbrook.
Yeah, Meadowbrook was like that, man. You learn how to mix with everybody and how to mix in. Yeah. And that helps you a whole heap when you come a foreign.
Yeah. You had to be adaptable. You had to be pliable. You know, you can't just be rigid. And I learned Meadowbrook at 11, 12, 13, 14, you know, those ages were, you know, because when you're, those things are really, you know, happen for me in primary school. Primary school, you go to school, you finish, you go home, you know?
Yeah. Meadowbrook, you don't leave.
Freedom.
You don't leave the campus at all. You don't leave.
Yeah,
No.
you know?
Yes, you always have something
So,
to do after school, man.
that adaptability, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah. But I'm asking a couple more questions, and then you first, Chris. What message did I get to existing student at Meadowbrook now? What are you this conversation? Student at Meadowbrook now, our future student, our staff member. What did I tell them about Meadowbrook?
I think I would have to tell them that the time that they're having there at Meadowbrook right now is special. You know, they may not realize it. I'm sure some people do more than others, but having been somebody who was there and then left and then missed out on parts of it, it's special. It's a special place. It's a special school. The teachers themselves there were wonderful. They're doing a good job, a great job. You know, I'm sure sometimes they may not think that, but especially if somebody has that's gone through there and come out on the other side, I'm very appreciative for my time there, and I hope the folks that are there now can appreciate what they have there at Meadowbrook, because that's a special school.
Mm-hmm. And we in the same question to you. What message did I get to students who are going to come start Meadowbrook today, tomorrow, next year, 5 years time when you made a conversation? A teacher want to come teach at Meadowbrook. What did I tell them, say?
Enjoy. From day one, enjoy. Live it like it's your last. You know, enjoy every day. The learning, the sport, everything that Meadowbrook has to offer. Enjoy it. Because you never know when that will be taken away from you. And if it's not taken away from you, it's great memories. The memories are phenomenal, because look at us, you know.
Yeah.
I knew you guys when I was 11, and you guys were 11, 12. And we're now 60, 61.
Yeah.
And it's all about the memories that you create.
Yeah, man.
So enjoy memories, you know, because these are the things that you're going to hold on to as you get older. You know, these are the things that, you know, but enjoy, you know, the learning, everything, you know, because Meadowbrook has a lot to offer, you know, a lot to offer. Take advantage of it. You know, don't sit by the wayside, you know, enjoy your time there, you know.
Right, a couple more questions, and then me ask about a couple more questions, and then we're going for wrapping it up. And you first, Chris, how it make you feel I bring up back all the Meadowbrook memories after all these years?
You know, I think the one word I told you when we all got together in Atlanta last year, for me, because I feel like a part of me was missing and I lost, you know, when I left Meadowbrook. All right, now for me, I just feel complete. You know, it's just a really nice feeling that it come back around. Like we in Froggy said, you know, from 11 years old to 61, you know, 50 years now, and we're still, I still have the friends and the memories. It's just a really warm feeling. It's a completing feeling. Very, very nice. Thank you for that.
You know, see, the second person come on this conversation, a youth will migrate from Meadowbrook, a younger youth than us, and they say the same thing, and they must say, you know what, Jelly, you need to make some graduation certificate. That when and I just feel like you're graduate, you know, from
yeah, man. Yes, exactly. Yes.
That's what this guy. That's like this guy
that's been missing.
Yeah, it's like a missing part. Must say, yeah, man. I feel like a graduate, you know. Yeah.
Yes, I know.
I'm going to make some Meadowbrook memory certificate. Don't worry, I'm going to
make. All right, I want one.
Oh, Wayne, same question to you. What make you feel I bring up back all the Meadowbrook memories I know after, well, come to think of it, We start Meadowbrook 74, almost 50 years win.
Yeah.
Next year, 50
But
years, we start Meadowbrook, all the way.
I never saw this coming, Lance. I never saw this coming. Last year when you reached out to me, I never saw it coming, and it has been one of the best times of my life. You know what I'm saying?
True.
As right now, I talk to you probably more than I talk to anybody now. You're filling in a lot of the gaps.
Yes.
A lot of the gaps that I thought I would never be filled in. As you know, one of the things that I did just to keep a hold of the past is that I kept as many yearbooks that my friend Michael Deitch got yearbooks from Meadowbrook and gave me, and I had a couple, and I held on to them, and that moved with me everywhere I went. It was like my Bible, because it kept a piece of the past that I missed. And if I didn't have those books, I would have forgotten quite a few people, and it was a special time in my life. So when you reached out to me, man, it was, thank you. I appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it. You don't know how much that meant to me.
Mm-hmm.
It meant a
I
lot.
second that.
It meant a lot to me.
No, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
ahead, finish up. Yeah.
This Meadowbrook memories that you're doing. I know it hits people different from for me, and I know Fisher, it fills in gaps.
Yeah.
A lot of us left, it fills in gaps. For others that went through, it brought back the memories. So, boss, I never knew it was going to. When you had said you're going to do it, I didn't know it was going to last this long. But
yeah, I'm glad it did.
I mean, I think you have opened up Pandora's box. You have opened up Pandora's box. This is something that was long overdue, and appreciate it. These memories, appreciate it. For old men like us.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate the sentiments, man. I appreciate, and I used to play cricket with him. Come on, and him say it best to me, man. Devon McDonald, and him say this is how him say it, Him say jelly this sell off,
Yes.
I mean, I'm saying nothing more than that, When him say, yeah, man, jelly this sell off. Like you have a dance, you have a session, you keep a thing. It sell off.
Yeah.
Say, yeah, man. And I know exactly what I say, man. So I appreciate the sentiment, man. And I never know either way. When I go start, I call you and say, let me the yearbook. Because I call you and I say, send me a picture of the yearbook, man. Or we have that. The middle just one know, like, me I try, remember the sisters and the brother them are going to Meadowbrook. There's a whole heap of them going to Meadowbrook, right? And me just think, say, as me say, I'm going to start with some sports people. And just have the cricket and the football them when we play cricket and football. And that would be that. And by and myself, Christopher and Wayne, me just say, even if I 10, 15 conversation me about the players them I play with, me about 40, between the three squad them I win, me da listen them till me go on my grave. Because I love hear them story there. Me da listen over and over. Me hear me say Wayne, me da listen one every week and say, all right, me just go and listen to that story. But I didn't realize it's a touch of nerve, as I say. I didn't realize that, Wayne. I just feel me want to talk about the cricket, and because I was upset because it's almost like people that forget what we do on Meadowbrook in terms of the contribution on the sports field. I mean, I say it wasn't a mean thing. Because winning is not an easy thing, Wayne.
No.
As your Arsenal I find out this year, winning is not an easy thing.
Yes. Well, yes, we have to throw that one in there, right?
Yeah, man. Say, yo, why?
No, my Liverpool win. My Liverpool never win. 30 odd years we never win nothing. So nothing say you ask.
No, the man, we have a good conversation and the man is have to come.
Right. If I come through Arsenal tonight.
No, man, but back to Meadowbrook. We'll come off of Meadowbrook. Nobody going to win at all. So, yeah, stick for Meadowbrook. No, man, so I never know, man, and I appreciate all the kind words that I said to me here, because I did not know. I want to meet last year, Chris. Trust me, man, I was happy that we could have meet after 45 years. I didn't know that's what happened. I never know that one. And all of the man who did there, Robert Phibbs, Glenn Atkins, Ira, only never know Ira from school, but Ira, they came other thing there. And Dougie would it host it. It was a great thing for Douglas Rooks. We call out them full name. It's a good thing. Them conversation. We keep the conversation going. And we love that. We love that.
Yeah.
We love that. We love that. I appreciate the compliment them. I appreciate them.
I understand why Diego no come on, you know?
Well, it look like, you know what I must say? And I'm going to hear this.
I must say.
Boy, yo, I'm too big, you know, me want to come on pan them conversation.
Big that.
Me don't need to share the space in nobody, you know, Lance, and me alone. Me know, I'm not fairness, me know it's not so Lenny say. Me know it's some other reason why I'm not coming. I throw that him. I know so Diego say a lot, so I'm going to make him have to come on anyway, man. I'm going to beg him come on, see him win, so.
When him come on, make sure you bring me and Chris Palm.
Back, definitely. No, man, I'm going to tell him. I'm going to tell him that. When you come on as co-host, man, we can add to a question at him, man. That's exactly what I'm going to tell him.
I've no question.
That's the plan, man. That's the plan, Chris. So you have to make me know when you're available, Chris. I'm going to say, Diego.
Yeah.
You have to talk about your availability. I'm going to say, Diego, you have to come on because this time.
Come on.
The question now will be to you and Fisher.
Yeah.
And me, I go ask and Froggy ask the question. That's a good idea, Win. I love that one day. That will encourage him to come on more, man. That will encourage him.
Soft task to him. Tell him I'm a bouncer.
No, my little lollipop bowl in them. It's like, I don't know, say, my little bowl in them. When I do them look at me, I say, gentlemen, how your bowl in them get wicked, you know? My stuff is a swap.
Reach the wicket.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. It's a go slower than how me I run, so you know slow it a go.
Oh boy.
You know it go. I remember asking one last question before I ask the final question, and then I close it out. And you first, Patrick, is there any question or any topic where you think me could have asked Christopher or Froggy when me never asked him at all? Or any topic where me could have bring up or I didn't bring up?
I can't think of any, And I am looking at I figure you're going to use the standard questions.
Yeah, man. We'll come to that, man. That's the last question.
Okay, all right. So, so I can't think of anything because I covered so much, you know.
And I will give you the honest to ask the last question, man, because as I say, I can't stop mentioning my brother, because if he was around, he would have been part of them conversation at big time. You can imagine me and do a host this way.
Oh no. That's trouble, Bowie. That's trouble.
Yeah, man. Imagine that. No, so I'm going to ask the last question, Patrick. I'll come to it. I know you know it. So, Fisher, anything you think we could have bring up or I didn't bring up at all? Any question or any topic where you think I could have asked or I didn't ask?
Yeah, no, to tell the truth, I think you did a nice job because you even brought up some questions that I didn't even think about, and specifically you start talking about the give back to Meadowbrook and what that looks like or what it could look like. I like that idea. And if Meadowbrook can work on something, if you can help them work on something, I think going forward, I'd like to be a helpful part of that too.
Definitely.
But no, I think it was good. It was a nice conversation.
Definitely. Wayne, anything where you think we could have bring up or I didn't bring up at all?
Not at this time, but me I have thought during the week I'm gonna remember something.
Well, write them down. Write them down for when Diego come on. Don't worry. Write them down for when big friend Lenny come on, because we're gonna have a whole heap of questions for him. First we ask him about that nickname, then I say, yo.
But can't understand how Lenny don't come on yet, and Lenny's a big name, I think him upset, I think him upset that you don't get him on earlier. That's probably it.
Well, I'm going to comment on that, because from day one, when we just full disclosure, Lenny and Beanie, now reach out to them, man, for come on, man. And you know that already, Wayne. My friend, them are the first set of people I ask first, man. You see me, I said to you, them are the first people who reach out and say,
Anytime you get Lloyd Wayne, shoot me and Fisher, man.
See, man, I'm going to tell you, what?
Come on.
I'm going to tell the two of them. As a matter of fact, if we could arrange for the two of them come on together, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Beanie and Jay got
Mhm.
together and say, you know what, Fisher.
So it is
Yeah.
nice. It's a very nice feeling to catch up as friends, old
Yeah,
friends, you
man,
know.
yeah, man. I'm going to reach out. Well, Jay, I think will come on, maybe something about him today, but I'm going to reach out to Beanie and I'm going to reach
You
out
know,
to Dougie, our people, talk to him. 'Cause for
yeah.
some reason, Beanie look like him not know say my number, call him, so him not answer me at all. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know that way.
Because as you guys know, I know Chris, I don't know if you knew this, right? Because remember Donovan Carr?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
passed, right?
Oh, really? Okay.
Recently, you know,
yeah, about 2 weeks ago, yeah.
weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
So
Right.
tomorrow isn't promised to anybody, you know.
No,
That
no.
Yeah.
is so
True.
true. Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
True.
And he have a conversation on him, him do a podcast on him conversation, yeah. So people can go back and listen to Donovan conversation. Yeah.
You
Okay.
know,
Yeah.
memories is all we have now.
Yeah, man, yeah, man. A few members did a favor, Wayne. That's a good point. Few members did a favor. So
Yeah.
you're right. So we're not kill off
Serious thing.
nobody, but you know, so we all are go to the road there. One way or the other, we
Yeah,
all
true.
are head to the
Mhm.
Definitely.
So somebody tell we say we're on the tarmac. It's a wait. Fisher, that is for you, you know.
Yes, man. Yes.
tomorrow.
You're,
Tomorrow is
you're
promised.
waiting in line, but you're waiting in line. Yeah.
Tomorrow is promised to know, man. So Patrick, ask him the last question. You pick who you want to ask first. Ask him the last question, Patrick. Go ahead.
Yes. All right, gentlemen. So this is the final question. What made Meadowbrook magical?
Who you want to take that
So,
first?
Froggy, you can start first.
Location. And look, in my eyes, location first, people second. I mean, when I look back at Meadowbrook, man, and where it's, because I came over here to the States, and when I look at where it's located and all the scenery and it is a beautiful place to go to school. Beautiful.
That is so true. With the mountains in the background there and all that, yeah.
In the background, and sometimes you'll see rain coming and it just stop right at Meadowbrook Avenue. You know, I don't go any further. It was just a beautiful place, boss. Just a beautiful place to me. And the people there were fantastic, you know. They're nice people, good people, you know.
Right.
You know.
Yes, sir. So Fisher,
Yes,
same
sir.
question to you, sir.
Yeah, what made it magical? Well,
Yes.
I think my answer would be in reverse of what Froggy said. I would think the people, only because the friendships I made back when I was 11, however old we were when we started that process, 12. Um, I can probably count on my hands up here. Um, I don't think I have any friendship as deep and as special as those were when I was at Meadowbrook. Um, I mean, I can't even explain to you. I'm probably try to tell you how much it's painful to how much we missed it and how much we were missing in our lives and how much gaps are being filled in right now. And it's all because of the people. I think it was a special place. It was magical, and it made me who I am today. I guarantee you, Meadowbrook High School made me the person I am today, and that's pretty cool for a high school. Just that I can say that the kind of man that I am, and I hope I'm a decent enough person. It was because of Meadowbrook High School. It's pretty magical, pretty magical.
Yes, well said, sir. Well said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before I close out the program, yeah, I'm almost there for 3 hours, believe it or not. I come up about 5 minutes
Mhm.
short of 3 hours. So um any closing remark from you first, Patrick?
Well, listen, this was a lovely conversation. I'm really happy to have been a part of it. You guys brought back fun memories, and of course, we spoke about Robert a little bit, which, is always something boy kind of on my mind, because he's not here with us and clear case I've gone too soon. But, going back to Meadowbrook and the kinds of experiences that we had at that school, it's like one in a million. It's hard to compare that with anything else. I mean, I know earlier in the discussion, we're kind of thinking of what it might have been like to go to like an all-boys school, like Calabar or KC. And man, I tell you, I'm very happy that it turned out that well. Went to Meadowbrook. I
Hmm.
mean,
Right?
just yeah,
I
yeah.
second that, my brother. I second that. Yeah.
Hmm.
And you, Fisher, any closing remark before I close out the program now?
And my closing remarks is thank you. Thank you very much, Glista, for putting this together. Thank you, Froggy, Patrick, for help coloring some of the spaces and reminding me of some of the good times. And that's, I think that one comment that tomorrow's never promised. Well, I got a lot today, so I'm very thankful for that. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, man. And Wayne, any closing remark before I close out this?
Thanks for not forgetting me.
Yeah, yeah. That's it.
Okay.
I hear
Come on, come on.
just succinct enough. I hear you.
Yeah, yeah. I know what he's talking about. I
Yeah,
know what
man.
he's
Yeah,
talking
yeah. No, man. We can't forget to the man. Don't worry about that, man. That's something I just like going to remember. I wonder what happened to the two of them, man, in terms of saying to leave. And
about.
the comradeship we build is like,
Hmm.
And the funny thing, I
Yeah,
just say, we never really keep in touch. But after
yeah.
45
No,
years, we meet up back and it's like we never skip a beat.
think about it. For me, it was only 3 years with you guys. And look at the impact that had. 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
That's
yeah.
same,
pretty
same,
impressive.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I know a lot of people think that they're forgotten. I know a lot, that
Hmm.
people won't remember them, and it's a good feeling that you remembered me,
Yeah, yeah.
that that I was in your mind's eye. So I like that, and I appreciate that, Lance. Appreciate it a lot.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes, sir.
yeah, man. Thank
Uh, and hopefully, Chris, Patrick.
Yes, sir.
I hope. By the way, Patrick, offline, I need to get your number.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
no
will send it to
problem,
you. I will
no
send it to
problem.
you, Wayne. Yeah, I will send it to you. Yeah.
All right.
But let's not wait for another 45 years, 10, 15, 20 years to do what we did last year.
Yeah.
No, I
Right.
agree with that. I agree with that, Wayne. We need to have that.
Yeah, I would love to have that annual.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We should.
I'd,
We should.
so let's make time. I don't know where. Plan. Lance is the planner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the move and shake and we follow.
I would talk.
You know?
I would talk to you first. I can't say that. You're my talk, Chris. You can go on, man. It's all right.
Make
You
him go
might
on. Yeah,
put me in
go
the
on.
hot seat.
Yeah, make him go
But
on.
I can't manage it. It's all right. I can't deal with it. But I agree with you, Wayne. I agree with you. I think we should have. What we did last year was special. I think we can do it. I think we need to do it on a regular basis. We did say we're going to do
Yeah,
it, but
I'm good. I'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably offline we'll talk, but
yeah, we'll talk about
If-
it offline, I say. Yeah, we'll talk about it offline. Definitely will.
one of the things is that if the mountain can't come to Moses go to the mountain, something like that.
Yeah. Location.
Yeah.
I know what I mean. We can't pick a different location and all them really and just and do it. So yeah. Me and you will talk about that offline, after the year and we'll settle that. We'll talk about that. Because I'm quite sure a lot of other people that want to come and join in. And maybe if the location different, we have a lot more people. So yeah, I may have a location in mind in terms of where we can do it. So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Count me in too. Count me in.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
But that's one of the things I love about the American society here is they have a lot of family reunions. Till I came here, I didn't know about family reunions, and I'd love to have a reunion.
A Meadowbrook family reunion for we. Yeah. For our 74 class. Yeah.
A school that won't be mentioned that I mentioned earlier, but I won't mention again. They do this every year. Just their year. I went to school, high school over here with one of one of them, and they do it every year.
Yeah, we can't.
And
Yeah, I like that tradition. Though. We can't do that to win. I don't see why we can't do that at all.
it starts out small and then it grows.
Yeah, man, and it just starts with a vision. Just starts with a vision, like what we're talking about now. Definitely, yeah. I like that.
I don't want to lose contact, out of contact with fish. Fish, I'm a boy from morning,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. No, we're good.
I'll do them beating up, with them thing there with them.
Gloves, yeah. Yeah. And Dougie just a text me for yelling up, so yeah. So him couldn't join in. Yeah. Him just a text me and I want to finish. But him say what close up. Anyway, gentlemen, Christopher Fisher, the man without any nickname. Patrick.
Yeah, man.
Duet. Me now in the French game tonight. Me I call you what we know. Robert, younger brother. And Wayne, Froggy Fuller. I thank you all. This is Glester. Oral. Nobody even know Oral. Glester, Lancelot, Prince, or Lance, or Jelly. Any one of them name we will do. Thank you all for coming in. And God bless all of us and that great school. I think at 2A Meadowbrook Avenue, a man correct me one night and said that can bring us together. And bring us together in the first place and still have us together after 50 years. We can still talk and have them conversation, yeah. So thank you all. God bless you and God bless our great school at Meadowbrook High School. And have a good night, my brother.
Yes, all right. Take care, sir.
Thanks.
Yeah, man.
All right.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, man. So remember to like, share, and subscribe these Meadowbrook Memories podcasts so neither you nor your friends will miss another Meadowbrook conversation. Thanks. Thanks for listening to Meadowbrook Memories, and remember to give us all the support and encouragement you can on whatever social media platform you are listening. And special thanks to my production manager, Kyle Prince, who takes care of everything involved in getting the podcast out every week. And without him, this podcast would not be possible. It is his expertise that allows me to do what I love doing every week, having great conversations about Meadowbrook Memories, and he's responsible for everything else. So again, thanks to my production manager, Kyle Prince.